smoke. 5, 4. We've got ignition. 3, 2, 1. We've got RIP. RIP takeoff. Condolences to his family. All right, y'all. Let's see here. We in the building. And make sure I have my mouthpiece. TATN. We're in the building, y'all. We in the building. So, disclaimer: the views expressed in today's podcast are those of the hosts, guests, and do not necessarily or are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any of its affiliates. Welcome to Mouthpiece Included. This is a podcast where we talk about politics, sports, and everything in between. This is one of the hosts, and I'm Millie. I'll be joined by the co-host a little later, and any urban silverback gorilla or gorillette who still has the gonads to pull up. His, hers, and their gonads to pull up. It is an open panel. All right, so the Cubs are stirring up the baseball world. Rumor has it, my sources are telling me, that the Cubs are eyeing the maligned Trevor Bauer. Got there, gorgeous, by the way. The enigmatic pitcher with the penchant for both strikeouts and Twitter rants. And he might even like you know what I mean? Takes a walk on the wild side from time to time. Lifestyle, R. Kelly type of lifestyle. I don't mean with necessarily any alleged minors or anything. Just that lifestyle. P. Diddy type of lifestyle. You know, I'm rich, I got it. You want it, I'm gonna get it. Will the Windy City embrace Drop Dead Gorgeous Trevor Bauer's fiery personalities, tough, smart, gutty, and gutsy? Or will it be a stormy ride at Wrigley Field? Will it be a stormy ride at Wrigley Field? Jim, I'm having an issue here. There we go. That was important to interject there. I thought it was important. Please like, share, subscribe. Let's get them in the building. Pull up if you still got your gonads. The Cubs are stirring up the world, as I mentioned. Will the Shy embrace this guy? Was it going to be a stormy ride over there in Wrigleyville, which is right there, Boys Town adjacent? That's my understanding. Was he vindicated? We're going to dissect all of the possibilities. Victor Wembanyama, who we here at Mouthpiece Included have coined the phrase WemVP. He's some sort of French phenom, but no one calls him African French. Yeah, we're some sort of African Americans. I don't know. You probably even know where he's from. He looks like he's some sort of mulatto, like maybe, you know, his mom's French, his dad's some sort of Nigerian, but I haven't done the demographics. But, you know, he's some sort of French phenom, all right? Nobody's calling him African French. Just throwing that out there. He's making waves in the National Basketball Association, standing tall. He's got the basketball world buzzing. Happy belated 420. Hitler Day. You know, 420. Adolf Hitler was born on April 20th. That's what you're celebrating. It was started here by some neo-Nazis. We liked smoking reefer, too. California. Not making this up. All right, but anyway. Happy belated 420. But what's the connection to Drizzy? Is there a secret collaboration brewing between the court and the studio? Drizzy got dissed by WemVP. Damn it. We're going to unpack that and explore this intriguing crossover. So buckle up out there. Sports aficionados, because Mouthpiece Included is about to drop some truth bombs. That's right. We're going to spill the proverbial tea and maybe even break a few ankles along the way. Of course, we'll be discussing the latest news and updates from the world of politics. Got some hot topics. So stand down, stand back, stand by, or pull up. But if you do pull up, don't forget. Do not forget to bring your mouthpiece out there. Because you can and will be embarrassed. All right, let's go ahead and get Jackie Robinson's finest in the building. Chicago South Side. I mean, nobody likes to talk about the South Side. And then when they do talk about the South Side, they just want to talk about the disciples and the vice lords.
TATN, Mouthpiece included.
Mouthpiece included. What's up there, Coach?
What's up, Coach? What's going on? Happy Sunday. Happy 4/21 to you.
Yeah.
Living good, feeling good, working good. Just got through cutting the grass.
All right.
For all of those that, have those sleep deprivation and insomnia or, whatever the hell it is. You go outside and cut your grass, pull up the weeds, clean the street, whatever you got to do, and I think that'll help get the sleep that you're looking for.
Yeah, and if it doesn't get you to sleep, at least you're not sitting around there doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, you'll be getting a lot of stuff done, and when that sleep does overcome you, at least you've gotten all the other stuff done, and you can sleep with your head up.
Instead of the dope and whatever y'all take to go to sleep. I mean,
yeah. I got sleep problems. That's why I don't cut my grass. You talking about shit like that?
Right.
Yeah, the doctor told me because I don't cut my grass because I don't sleep.
Get your ass out there. Put some work in and, walk up and down the block. Do some block club shit. Go to the park, help some kids. Do something, but don't sit at home talking about you can't go to sleep. But I digress.
That's it. Said, I didn't even know I had allergies until this is somebody said I didn't even know I had allergies until I went to the doctor, and then the doctor told me I had allergies my whole life. I'm like, oh yeah, so you got you let a motherfucker with a white coat tell you what's been going on in your whole life, huh?
Your whole life that you didn't know about?
Yeah. Weren't sneezing, nothing, no effects, ill effects.
No problem. Now all of a sudden you got allergies.
Yeah.
Did you get the jab? Well, never mind. Let's not even go into that.
Yeah, because it offends some people.
Yeah, it offends people.
You know what I mean? They went out there and got her done for different reasons.
Yeah. I got it done because I was coaching the kids, but I think, it enlarged my heart and made a whole bunch of the crap happen.
Oh, yeah. It pumps up your blood pressure, man. Yeah, especially for your copper colors. Yeah.
But we're not going to talk about it.
No, we're not going to talk about that. And then it depends too. Because some people just keep pumping it up, keep getting more and more and more.
Yeah, they say you need a new shot.
Yeah.
Did you get the new shot? No, I ain't getting no new shot. I think the last shot effed me up. So no, I'm not getting any more shots.
That's right. I feel you, fella. Yeah. All right, man. How about them Sox? How about them Cubs? There, our closer has 4 blown saves out there.
Yeah, just get a new guy. It's okay.
Trevor Bauer? Well, we'll save that. We don't want to bring that up. Yeah, I would bring in Trevor Bauer and let him close. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, go over there and talk to the South Side. I mean, they don't score any runs, but some games, let's see if Kopech's available.
Mm-hmm.
And do whatever you can to get him throwing 100 miles an hour out of the bullpen. But damn it, I went to Jackie. Breathe. I went to Jackie Robinson Day on 4/15 of 2024 to watch the damn White Sox play. I got some gratuitous tickets, which I appreciated. But damn it, I still feel robbed by going to see these guys play baseball, and the fact that you don't have any copper-colored players out anywhere on the I mean they were hurt. Gratuitous tickets, which I
no, I feel you, and you call yourself So, people complain about the Cubs, having a demographic, a certain demographic drop there, gorgeous that they like, on the team. It fits their fan base.
Yeah.
But somehow the Reinsdorf ignores the fan base on the South Side. I mean, I'd say at least what percentage of the Sox South Side fan base would you say are colored? So now we're not talking about, I like the Sox because I'm from the South Side, but I don't know the first thing about baseball and I've never watched a game. I'm talking about your copper-colored South Side baseball fans. What percentage of the baseball fans over there on the South Side who love the Sox would you say are copper-colored? It's tough. That's a hard number to put on, ain't it?
Yeah, because you got the
we don't go to the games, but that don't mean you ain't a fan.
You ain't a fan, yeah. I would say 75% of the copper-colored individuals on the South Side are Sox fans. The older ones that watched the Cubs when they came home from school back in the 70s and 80s, and those, there's nothing you can do about those. But I love both teams because I'm a Chicagoan. But
of course, you guys always start talking this crap when the Cubs are doing good, and your team is notoriously bad.
Listen here,
Chicago. I like everybody.
Listen here, you son of a bitch.
I'm just telling you how I feel as a Cubby.
I watched both parades on television. Was just as excited for both of them.
What do you mean, the Pride Parade?
No, the World Series parades.
All right, I'm just trying to clarify it because Wrigley's mighty close to.
Well, I mean,
is Boys Town adjacent?
I have no problem you clarifying because you got to know nowadays. But I watched the Sox parade in 2005 and the Cubs parade when they won, and I was equally excited and emotionally spent after both parades for World.
That's a whole hogwash of shit. I was more excited for my Cubbies than I was for the Sox. In fact,
that's because you're a Cubs fan.
That's what I'm saying. I was happy for the Sox. I was happy. Yeah. I felt good, but there's levels to it. You can't tell. For instance,
I was excited for both.
Let me ask you this. It's hard to say because we were a lot younger, but that Super Bowl we got, how do you weigh that versus the 6 rings? That one Super Bowl that you're able to see, that whole season, we are the bed, shuffling crew. We're going to kick your ass. It don't matter what you do. We're going to give you our playbook before the game and still kick your ass like y'all some lames. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it was definitely cold.
They were on steroids, and y'all don't want to talk about it, but go ahead.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. They were definitely cold. It was definitely cold that day. I enjoyed them winning the Super Bowl, but as opposed to Michael Jeffrey Jordan, I love the Bears. I'm a Bears fan, as you can see, to the end. But the 6 rings that the Bulls won, I mean, I can't even tell you which one was more exciting. It was either the first one or the fourth one. It had to be the fourth one. But no, nothing compares to Michael Jeffrey Jordan's tenure in the city of Chicago.
All right. And you heard that from a Bears homer. All right. You heard that from a Bears homer, and I can't say I disagree. I'd say this, though, that Bears Super Bowl is worth at least 3 for any Ryan Poles out there, if you might be listening. A Bears Super Bowl is worth 3.
In Chicago?
Yeah.
If this son of a gun who's on the clock happens to put together a team that can win a Super Bowl in Chicago, he doesn't have to worry about anything for the rest of his life. They don't remember Jim.
He and his white wife can come to a after hours spot where they're playing bid whist on the South Side, right? And be welcome.
Yeah, they don't play bid whist.
Spades, tonk,
Jenga.
Yeah, and then they don't play tonk anymore. I don't think they play.
Yeah, they play tonk. Yeah, all right. The gamblers are always gonna gamble.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you gamble on tonk.
Yeah, it's a hustle. Yeah, my granddaddy Crockett used to play that, and he's be gambling with 12. 12 would be in there, and he's like, "Man, they're giving me free security." He said he'd be, losing a little bit too. Just he's like, the shit cheaper than security. 12 be sitting in there. Yeah.
Yeah, my grandmother used to have. She used to host tonk parties, and she worked at a factory in Chicago, and the people come over on the weekend.
Uh,
The deck of cards, not the deck, but the carton of cards would be in the freezer and
why?
stuff. Because they had to be frozen and open up the plastic when the real gamblers got there.
Crisp, huh? They had to be what?
It was
What is
Chris,
it? Why they
so
had to be frozen, bro? Nobody
because
explained.
well, you had to know that they was fresh cards, that the carton wasn't tampered with.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So they bring out the carton out the freezer, crack the carton, take the knife, open it up, and break out a fresh deck, open up the deck up, and then that's them the only cards they would play with that night.
Wow.
Yeah.
We can do all those damn rituals, but when it comes down to
Well,
picking up little Pookie and Ray Ray from school, you got all kind of excuses and shit.
I can't make
Gotta,
it.
I gotta
I
put
gotta
the
talk
cards in the
something.
freezer and do all
I
this
gotta talk
bullshit. I
something.
can't.
No. This was my grandmother. This was back when they would do whatever
I'm,
they
I'm just,
had to do for
I'm
the
just
kids.
talking shit, bro. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
know you are.
All right. Sox shut out 7 times so far, bro.
Oh,
They're gonna break a major league record.
they're gonna break. They already broke the Sox record, so they already broke the major league record.
For
Well,
shutouts in a season.
I think it was 6.
Are
They
you
tied
serious?
that. No, not for the season.
Oh,
For the beginning of the season,
yeah, yeah.
they already broke that record.
Mm-hmm.
For the season, that yeah,
So they're
yeah,
on
look,
pace. They're on
yeah.
pace to break the Guinness Book record for shutouts in a season.
My gosh, back to what I was
Shutout,
saying.
Ace. Come on, man. You manage baseball. A
Back
shutout. You know how retarded you get. I mean, you're not going up against other teams. Ace, every game.
back to what I was saying when I went to the Jackie Robinson game on 415.
Yeah.
These guys had no chance of getting a base hit, let alone scoring a run that game. And the fact that you don't have any copper colored players either coming up or you have the program, the ACE program with these kids that you recruit from the time that they're 12, 10 years old, and you don't get them out there and bring them up to the big club. You let other clubs, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you let other clubs draft
Other
them. Well,
clubs put them in their farm system, and
yeah,
you don't
yeah,
even do
yeah.
it.
Yeah, you don't even do it. People might be mad at me, but there's no way.
Yeah, they're
The,
mad at you because they're doing something. That's what the
yeah,
black community has been reduced to.
the kids that you have in your system, you scouted since they were, XYZ age, and you know their families, and you know their
Yeah,
heart,
yeah, yeah.
and you don't give them a chance to come up in your organization means it makes absolutely no sense.
There's a
And,
lot
and
that your socks do that make no sense, but we'll move on.
I digress.
Cubs consider Bauer. He's allegedly been vindicated. We're going to cover this at the end of the show.
Yeah,
One thing about us, we never accused them, and we always believe you're innocent until proven guilty, whether you're pink, white, black, or brown. We always believe that. We said it when we covered this. We were just
we
making a
don't
general point.
we don't know
We
what we're
said
talking
it. We said, I feel, then I haven't said it. I feel like this lady's lying. I haven't said it. This all feels like a
Yeah,
bunch of, yeah, yes.
and it's been proven she was lying.
Yeah, but
So
I'm going to hold it to the same standard that they were
uh,
holding Pookie, Ray Ray, and Deshaun Watson to. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And that was the whole point, but we'll get there. How about them Bulls? Your boy Kobe White got in the same record book with a Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Anytime you mention Michael Jeffrey Jordan in the same breath of someone. So he scored 40 and had 5 assists and 0 turnovers. That's they don't do that a lot in the NBA.
The
It's only been done
Bulls,
6 times. Jordan did it 5 and he did it once.
no, the Bulls are who we thought they were. You want me to say anything else? I mean, come on, right here on Mouthpiece Included,
For the
we
last
both
3
said
seasons.
they are a play-in team, and they're gonna get to the play-in game, and they're gonna lose. And what did they do? They got
Did
to the play-in game.
did we lose in Miami?
Yeah, 2 years in a row.
Did Jimmy Butler play?
Jimmy Butler was out for the playoffs, and we had no answer for the Miami Heat.
So Jimmy Butler did not play in the game.
That's right.
Okay, so I've been one of those guys. Yeah, give a coach a chance. Blah blah blah.
He's got to go.
If the general manager, whoever the hell they are now,
Sabrina
I
Skunam,
don't know. He's from the Ukraine.
Skunarich's
He's yeah.
some shithole country.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
If he is not willing to fire this coach,
But the coach was rumored to be going to college. Rumored. I don't know why he didn't take the damn deal, but
yeah, you gotta get rid of him.
yeah.
So I'm not gonna eat crow. I'm not gonna blame Donovan for the eighth, ninth seed, but I think that somebody should have been able to coach him up to at least coming in at a 6 from time to time.
Yeah, they weren't
You know,
prepared. They weren't prepared for the
and
playing.
Donovan to be a young. I think they thought he was going to be playing the young players more, and he wasn't doing that. He was just trying to save his job. He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't even hit 500. I mean, what was the over under? I think he won 39 games. Well, I eat crow. So I just had him winning 40, 41.
I
Had
think
him
what was
500.
over under? Was it 43?
I think they won 39.
Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna look for it.
But the fact now people may want to use the Zach LaVine excuse or
What? He's high yellow.
well he wasn't playing. He hurt his ball sack and he couldn't play the rest of the season. And now we got to see what we can do with him for the upcoming year, the upcoming off season. Who the hell we can trade him to or for nothing? Because if you trade him to another team, you're gonna get nothing for him because they got to eat that contract. Or
Well,
you're
our
gonna trade.
over under was 37.5.
Okay,
So what? How many games did we win?
they went on 39.
All right, they got it, and we both picked the over. So no
Yeah,
crow. Go ahead.
yeah, but
No
my
crow.
God.
We picked the
Yeah,
over.
yeah, and we picked that they would be in a play-in game, and that's where they lost again to the Miami Heat.
Well, you
Now
thought Ball would be back.
I did that. I said that. No, I said Ball is damn as good. He's done with his career, but we'll see him next year. So you bring Ball back, you trade Levine, or this general manager staff believes that they can win with the players they got if they get Ball back. But now you're looking at DeRozan being a free agent, and what are they going to do to keep DeRozan?
Man, you might as well bring in Phil Jackson to let him be the president of all operations,
Yeah,
right? And reinstall the damn triangle offense.
I
You're
don't think
not in basketball.
I don't
Y'all
think he
ain't
has,
won shit since we took the triangle out. You know
I
what
don't
I'm
think
saying? As far as
I
I'm
don't think he
concerned,
has I don't think he has any interest.
no, he probably doesn't. But I'm saying, you know, you
Yeah,
know, and I always said, well, just run the triangle out further if you want to base it upon a 3-point shot. Just extend it.
yeah,
If you put a bunch of 3-point shooters in the triangle, guess what, Ace? They're
yeah.
going to find ways to get the 3-point shots off. Craig Hodges found his shots in the system. Um, Pax,
Then
Steve Kerr.
then you find a way to put a Drummond in the game so he can rebound.
Yeah.
And
Pip and
then
Jordan wasn't shooting the threes because that wasn't really their thing.
yeah, man, there's nobody can stop him in the post. So you might as well go to
Yeah.
the hole and dunk and rebound and
Yeah. It's
dunk. Yeah,
back when we valued, being men out there on the court. Diesel, what's going on there, fella?
in the building.
What's good?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Man, we made it to the NBA, man. I don't know if you had any commentary on baseball real quick, but right now we're on the NBA. But if
The
something's,
Bulls
grinding your gears on baseball,
the Bulls are who we thought they were.
you guys
Let
were
me
right about Donovan, too. You guys were right, all right?
let me hit the Sox real quick. Worst team in baseball by far. Um,
Look
I
at the
looked at
Sox
the
fans. I'm
I looked
proud,
at no, they're the worst. They're the worst. I mean, ain't no
proud
Yeah,
of
sugarcoating it.
y'all.
If you bad, you bad. We still
yeah,
like them,
yeah.
but they just awful.
Come on
They're
over to
terrible.
come on over to the north side, baby.
Oh no, I like them both, but I
Come
Oh,
like the
on over to
Sox
the
more.
north
So,
side, baby.
look at this son of
um, yeah, they're awful. But you see, they can score a
a
little when they have some of the guys back in the lineup who we know
Uh-huh.
they can score a little bit, but And like I said, if they don't score in the first couple of innings, they're not going to win the game. Hands down.
You guys are normally blaming pitching for everything, but if you guys can't score, y'all can have Maddox on the hill.
Not this year. Not this year.
It ain't the pitching's fault. It's the hitting, bro. If you can't score 2-3 games in a row,
I play baseball.
Runs,
the most embarrassing thing in the world is to get shut out. You better be the ace. And when I say the ace on the hill, the best pitcher in the league. You know what I'm saying? Ace to be getting shut out to even be having like that. Well, I didn't play any bum baseball teams though. So
I was out there for Jackie Robinson Day, and them guys didn't try and bunt or do anything in the event. Well, they couldn't get on base, so it really didn't matter.
Yeah, my guy was out there too, man. That park was empty. Empty. Yeah. I was like, man, you can go sit anywhere. The ushers ain't gonna tell you nothing. They gonna be like, what, man? Go ahead.
Right. They want you to go sit closer. It looks better for TV.
Yeah. No reason to.
Hey, well,
the Sox couldn't even hit a foul ball out to the damn fans for them to catch. So,
and Ace was saying though, which I kind of talked over, which I always do on this show, and it was a great point. They might as well be bringing up some of these copper players, bro. They should have more. And if y'all got to deal with this, and y'all fan base, a good percentage of y'all fan base is colored from the South Side and the West Side, bro. At least 2 players, bro, should be black. 2 starters.
Man, I don't even care about. All I care about is if they can play. These guys that they got up there.
Yeah, of course he don't care if they're all white.
Man,
if they're gonna lose, you might as well be developing some colors. You don't care about that?
No, what I'm saying is if you can play, that's who I want to play. So I don't care if they're Latino, black,
but they can't
white.
play. They can't play.
But these are the younger guys that they done brought up to play.
And none of them are black. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Well, that's a difference. At
least they could be black as a fan base. You can show up and say,
well,
But then they'll be saying, well, you got black guys who can't play. Like they got right now. So it's
bring them up and get them out of here.
That's right. And bring in some more, like y'all doing with these white guys who can't play.
Yeah. I don't know their whole farm system, who they got, and who they picked.
But that's what Ace was saying. They don't really have no colors down in there. And I'm saying it's wrong, bro. If you're in Anaheim and your fan base is Asians, they got Asians. If you're in the Dodgers and you got a lot of Latinos and Asians, you got Asians and Latinos in your farm system. Everybody's figured that out, but the Midwest.
Yeah.
No, but Chicago.
We got a lot of Asians. The Cubs what's the guy in on the north side that's killing? Samaraya.
The pitcher. Yeah. He pitched opening day. Home opener.
Yeah, that's one that y'all was talking about from opening day. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
he's decent. He ain't that great though, because when I was there on opening day, and if the wind was just a regular wind or modestly blowing in, they'd have had 3 homers against them. I mean, they hit balls to the warning track, and it was howling in. Yeah, but he ain't that. He's not. Don't go start putting him like he's Cy Young, because he's not.
He's not Cy Young, but hey, you got to develop that arm during the season. You got to start. You got to get that arm stronger during the season.
They was developing them bats on that game. Right to the track, boy.
Hey, but Ace sent a text talking about Kobe White doing the 40, the 5, and the 0. And then Diesel sent a text the next day where the guy absolutely imploded against Miami.
He's inconsistent, man. He's improved his game.
He's developing.
He's improved his game. He's got up to 19 points a game.
He's still on a rookie contract. He's developing.
No, he ain't on rookie contract no more. They gave him an extension. No. He played more because
he's hard on the black guy.
Yeah, I'm hard on any player that's on the team. He played more minutes this year, so he averaged 19.
The guy from the shithole country.
But do you know his entire NBA career, good three-point shooters, great three-point shooters shoot at least 40% or better. He's never shot 40% from 3. All them threes that he puts up, I think his highest has been like 37% in like his 5 seasons in the league. So
he's not a white boy. He doesn't have to know how to shoot the 3.
If you're gonna
Michael Jordan didn't shoot the 3.
No, he started developing the 3 when it started to get more popular. He started shooting more. But
most of LeBron's career, he wasn't jacking 3s, and neither was Kobe.
Kobe White's been jacking up 3s.
I mean, Kobe
White. He's been jacking 3s since he's been in the league. And
I'm talking about Kobe Bean.
No, he was
the great players don't just jack 3s, and somehow now today The whole
But if you're
narrative is you got
considered
to
a
jack
shooter,
threes.
no, I'm talking about people.
Yeah, it's a Euro game.
If you're a shooter, which Kobe White is a shooter, good 3-point shooters shoot 40% or above. He hasn't done it one time in his whole career in the league. He's been like 37.
37.
Maybe 38 one season. No, it ain't good enough.
You can round that up to 40.
No.
Nah, that's Simeon, you can't.
He should be having a season where he shot between 45 and 50%.
Ray School, we'd have rounded it up to 40%. We wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Let's go to Eisenhower. Eisenhower, 30% is sufficient, okay? Eisenhower, 30%. We shot 30%.
Yeah, it would have been sufficient at Eisenhower, but not on the honest track.
But you got to look at.
They'd have sent you down to the LD. You from Simeon. They'd have sent you in the gym to see if you could play basketball. Once they discovered that, they'd have called the police and sent you to the retarded classes. But go ahead, Ace.
Yeah, we're gonna get you 30%.
Like this guy went to Simeon, he can't ball a lick. Get his
Eisenhower. Blue Island Eisenhower. That's what we're gonna have.
But you gotta look at the percentages for that game they lost. I think they were 11 for 43 from 3-point range. Why the hell you shoot 43 3-pointers?
Now overall as a team,
it's coaching.
They don't have
enough. That's coaching.
They don't have enough shooters. Period.
We knew
overall as a team, they were missing wide open shots against the Heat. I'm watching that game. Wide open threes.
Why won't we bring back the triangle offense, the triple post offense that's won us 6 chips and it worked, and it also won in LA. That triple post offense has won 11 championships, and neither team. Well, the Lakers got one, but we have not won a chip since. Hey, we might as well go back to the triangle.
We don't have Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
First, and the Lakers championship don't count. It has to come from the GM first. The GM has to get a coach who wants to implement it. And when he brings them in, he has to say, listen, I need you to run this offense.
But ESPN started saying the offense won't work no more. They started saying it's outdated.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Yeah. All you got to have some post players who know how to pass out of the post and score out of the post from time to time.
Come on, man.
As long as you got cutters and shooters.
Come on, man. Kobe ran that shit. Shaq ran that shit.
Day long. I used to hear Phil Jackson talk about players in the league who were never on the Bulls, but he was like, that guy could play in my offense.
Absolutely.
He could play in my offense. He said people who could play the post.
He said Dennis Rodman picked up on the offense quicker than anybody he's ever seen.
Oh, Rodman was a savant when it came to actual baskable stuff. People don't give him enough credit for how
I think he was actually autistic.
He might have been, but he showed him he knew how to execute stuff on the court. He knew how to do it on the court.
Yeah, but he was hanging out at that crowbar.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
don't care. Nobody cares about that.
Everywhere where he was at. He was all over the place. He had his mirror on the damn Kennedy, stopping traffic every day.
I'm not mad at him either, man. Hey, one thing about Robin, he lived his life to
life
fullest, boy.
Like there was no tomorrow when he promised to him.
Didn't he? Yeah. All right. So we got NBA. We talked about the Kobe White. Jonte Porter, he bets on self. See what I did there? Jonte Porter bets on self. What you guys' comments on this? I think he made 20,000. Somebody else made like $1 million.
You say he bet on the self-love show?
Man, no, they researched it. So what happened was, long story short, like people don't know, and Diesel probably know more about this because he's a player. These cats, even when you had bookies, even before it was online and it was traceable, if somebody made a bet that didn't make sense and won, that red flagged all the gangsters, all the bookies, like something is wrong.
They're going to call somebody.
I can't come out of nowhere and put a $300,000 bet on the Lakers to win a game they ain't supposed to win and then just walk away with $2 million and it ain't going to be investigated. But go ahead, Diesel. You guys know more.
If you don't have a pattern of, let's say you're a person and you're betting like, crazy little parlays all season long. You might win 1 or 2 here. They're not gonna. Okay, you finally got lucky. Okay,
right.
But if you come out making strong bets on specific stuff,
a sucker
it's
bet.
It's like
1.7 million.
They're gonna be like, who? What?
They said even when the bet is placed, they start investigating. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and especially for like when he was betting like against himself.
Yes,
against himself.
So he was a bum. I mean, he knew.
Just idiotic, man. Just idiotic. Why
Bro,
would
you know how much money he costed himself for like 19 stacks? The league said him himself, he only made like 21 stacks off that. Like, bro, like that. But he needs to come out and just say, I got a gambling problem. Like, they need to come out on that, just like somebody with drugs would do. Yeah, and go to rehab and get it.
Like the guy from the Dodgers, the Ichiro.
Well, the feds cleared him.
Allegedly.
Yeah, the feds cleared
the guy for the
Dodgers, Showtime.
Oh, Tiny. Yeah, he like I said, I didn't think there's people who scam you if they're like your agent, your manager. You hear this all the time, not just in baseball, all sports, entertainment. The manager has access to controlling your money.
That's when it's a coon, not when it's some sort of Japanese or some sort of white person.
No, it happens. No. Disagree. Happens with white folks all the time. Black folks. Black folks probably tend to get it more so, but it happens, man. Probably. All you got to do is read it. That happens all the time. All the time.
Maybe.
Deny like OJ.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get into that too, man. The more your OJ, but a little bit later. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Yeah, the what they call him, the handyman. I'm telling you, he's the one who pits OJ, man. We could just kill this bitch. You know what I mean? And I think the son was involved with these. I think OJ was just standing by because the son. They said the son like knives. Imagine the son interacting with this crazy. Yeah, we got.
Wait till we get into it.
I got
more stuff for that. So
all right. But WinVP. My boy, Wembanyama. Drizzy, him and the team. And Ace, I told you I love Wemby. Y'all don't know. I love him from just watching from afar at the Summer League and watching how he interact with the fans. And he's a humble guy, man. He doesn't have to be like that. And it's authentic. It's authentic. Long story short, Drizzy Drake, the one who likes to try to be friends with all the NBA stars, and Drake, Drake, sit down somewhere. We're tired of hearing you. We're tired of hearing from you. Yeah, sit down for about 4 years. We'll be looking forward to hearing you whine again in 4 years. But at any rate, Drake saw Wemby at his concert and was telling Wemby to come on stage. Your boy Wemby said, can my guys come? Huh? This guy's a throwback from the 90s, Diesel. Can my guys come? This nigga Drake bitch ass, who's from the trophy generation, said no.
Maybe it was a security. It wasn't him.
I don't care who, man, your security works for you. If your security says it, they're an extension.
Overruled.
Thank you. Let him
and his players come up on stage.
I'm just being devil's advocate.
I know. So I'm looking at Benji Wilson, and he's there with the Simeon squad, and I'm up there like, yeah, Ben, come on up here. Ben, come on up here, bro. You know what I'm saying? And Ben with it. And you're like, man, all right, can I bring my guys? And I'm like, no. First of all, that is douchey. It's douchey. Yeah. And what are you guys' comments on this?
Well,
go ahead, Ace. Go ahead.
Well, I think he made the right decision. If I'm there with my guys, there's no way I'm coming up on stage and leaving them there in the stands or the first row, whatever the hell they was at. If you want to recognize me, we recognize my team. We, if that's not what I'm on, then that's not what I'm on. But I'm on a team, and my team's here with me, and my team coming up, or that's it. But
man, probably some of his guys liked him more than he did, so it might have meant more to some of them, to be up there to see Drake. And so they probably had already told him or something to that effect, and he's like, "Man, I come up there, can I bring my guys?" They might have been the reason he was there.
He was there.
Him. Yeah. And if you say no, you're probably like, okay, man, no, I don't want to come up there, man. It's cool. I'm just hang with my guys. And that's how.
Now, do you think LeBron would have done that? You think LeBron would have just jumped right up there? You think LeBron would have asked about his guys, or you think he just would have jumped right up there?
He would have already been backstage.
A young LeBron.
Yeah,
he didn't already.
I'm gonna take my talents. I'm gonna take my talents on stage with Drake.
I'm gonna take my talents backstage with Drake.
I heard him, bro. I was gonna do it, but so he had an interview post game from this last game, and he talked about different things, but not once did he truly give a vote of confidence for his squad, bro. He kept suggesting we got to play perfect basketball to win. Basically it's an underhanded shot saying we don't have enough talent. At some point, bro, like even if after the series is over, you say, hey, maybe we need to retool. but he be doing this shit during the Euro series, like suggesting certain shit. Bro, in my opinion, you a dog, you the so-called GOAT. Oh no, we got everything we need. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be ready. But he don't be doing that. He never, but he'll say, I'm LeBron, and I'm gonna come back. But he won't say the Lakers and stuff like that.
It's underhanded. It's low key undercutting your team
and your coaches.
Say like, and he gonna and everywhere he goes or wherever team he's on, you notice he's always trying to get other players.
Yeah.
Even before you see if these players can work out to what you're doing, you don't even give them time.
You don't want to develop anybody.
No, he wants to see like instant success, gratitude, because he's chasing Mike's narrative. That's the whole thing he's constantly trying to do. Why he keeps playing. He's chasing Mike's, the whole aura of Mike. He keeps trying to make that argument to be able to say, hey, I'm better than this dude. That's what he's doing. That's all he's doing.
He might end up on somebody's bench to get one more ring, but there's no way that he'll get 6 rings. He can't get 6 MVP. Just if playing with your son is what you want to do, make that happen and then retire, and God bless you.
Well, your boy Stephen A. Coon said that he's been hanging around Shannon too long. He said that if LeBron wins another chip, he may have to reconsider the GOAT debate.
Yeah,
he's always throwing out a hypothetical possibility. If this, I'll reconsider and all that. It ain't gonna matter, man. It's again, don't compare eras. Just quit trying to compare them to different eras. Don't even compare the eras. Even though it's close, the eras are close.
For me to humbly consider it, LeBron would have to win 3 more. And when I say 3 more, him as the MVP. Because as you mentioned, like 6 don't do it for me because you don't have 6 MVPs and you got those losses. Those losses. So if you came, like, what's his finals record now?
Who cares? If he wins another chip, it's going to be on the bench of a team that's winning a chip, and he's just going to be a bench player. And there's no way that he can be a starting player and win a championship for a team.
He can. He just can't be the highest paid player. LeBron can start.
But he can't be the focal point.
Correct. The go-to guy at the end and all. Yes.
No, right. He's not that.
This team, if this was my team, he'd be going through AD.
Is this thing on? Did you say he's not going to be the highest paid player on the team?
He shouldn't be the highest paid player on the team because he's hurting the thing. I would be going through AD. I would have sat LeBron down 2 seasons ago and said, we're running this thing through AD, and if you don't like it, you can take your talents. Of course, I would have got fired.
Yeah, AD's only going to play 40, 50 games a season.
Like, I'm curious, how much did Mike get paid when he was with the Wizards? We know what he got paid like the last year or 2 with the Bulls. But how much did he take? It wasn't a whole lot, right?
Yeah, it was nominal. They were promising him ownership, and they lied.
Yeah, they lied to him about the ownership. Right. The Wizards and the hockey team.
Yeah.
But like LeBron, if you really and truly want to have these dominant teams, these super teams that you lush for to keep playing and not have to do that much, then take a huge fucking pay cut and let them bring in some other a max player or something.
Man. Or play for $15 million in Golden State. You know what I mean?
That's a huge cut. Take a cut.
But he could be the 4, and then you can come back and run it back. You know what I mean? And he'd be with Golden State. Like if that's. But if he won 2 chips in that scenario, I wouldn't reconsider my GOAT. So I see y'all point. Yeah. He'd have to be the MVP and win 2 chips. Who's his agent?
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson's mother.
Rich Paul.
That's Lamar Jackson's. Rich Paul is Lamar Jackson's mother.
We're gonna take you down to $15 million to play for whoever to try and win a chip for what reason?
Because they're chasing the GOAT debate.
He can stay with the Lakers, take a whole lot less.
Right.
He still will have Anthony Davis.
And they could bring in a max player like John
Morant. Another max player.
Like John Morant or this dude at New Orleans.
Yeah. Bring in Zach LaVine.
No, Zach LaVine ain't going.
Wait a minute. Hold on. They can bring in Zach LaVine.
No.
I don't know what the hell. What
the
the
only
hell's
way
an
they
Ace
get
Cup
Zach
today?
LaVine, you're gonna have to the team that he comes from gonna have to pay most
We
of
don't have
his
Ace. We got
contract.
Big Percocet in the building today.
Right.
Yeah, we got Big Percocet in the building today. He's just making takes. This is what I be hearing on ESPN too. I be like, who is this goddamn guy? What's he talking about? Has he ever watched the game?
We can take some draft picks, and they can get Zach LaVine, and he can pair up with AD and LeBron, and hopefully they can.
But
do
I
whatever
said it last year. Zach LaVine would have been good to help them in the playoffs. He would help Golden State too. Yeah, but
yeah,
he's more of a. I tell you exactly who LaVine reminds me of is Jordan Poole, but he's more consistent than Jordan Poole.
Mm-hmm.
He's a more consistent player.
So if Zach LaVine was a sixth man on a team like Denver, they'd win about 3 more chips.
That's the only reason why Denver ain't a solid lock this year, because the bench they had last year is gone. They should have kept
Bruce Bowen.
Well, yeah, they should have kept Bruce Brown. He used to come in there like the Energizer Bunny, and they didn't miss a beat. And now their bench is a little bit suspect, so it make the games closer.
You can have a guy making $220 million on your bench.
Well, great point. And he wouldn't be getting that money.
He wouldn't be getting that money.
They're going to get a restructure. You know what I mean? Right.
Yeah,
and the Bulls would have to. Well, the Bulls would be eating some of the contract to move off of it.
If they would have let him go, as was said here on Mouthpiece Included, then the Bulls would be in a position to get another player this year.
I agree. And we still would have been flirting with the 8th, 9th seed. It wouldn't have mattered as far as.
It wouldn't have mattered because he didn't play all damn day.
Yeah.
And then DeMar is an unrestricted free agent. So
yeah,
let him go.
No, but DeMar balls, bro.
I love DeMar.
He not an upper echelon star.
But he's not shooting 40% from 3.
He don't shoot that many threes.
Well, in modern NBA,
he don't shoot that many threes.
He'd be perfect for
he's one of the best mid-range. He's one of the best mid-range players.
So is Kobe White.
Perfect for the triangle.
No, Kobe White ain't great in the mid-range. No.
Well, how's he getting all these points if he's not shooting threes?
He shoots a lot. Okay, that don't mean that you. That don't mean that
volume, huh?
Yeah, he's shooting a lot.
He's been pulling since college. That motherfucker been pulling since high school, boy. That's why he can't play D. He be tired as hell when he.
I looked this when they lost that game. I said, man, let me go look up this guy's stats. Let me look up his stats. And for every year he's been in the NBA, his points have kind of increased.
Yeah.
Defense.
This year he did a season high 19 points.
Yeah.
I said I don't want to look at his turnovers because I know how he turns the ball over.
He had 0 turnovers. He's on a list with Michael Jordan from the play-in.
The hell if he is, that son of a gun had 4 turnovers in that last game we just lost.
4 turnovers. Come on. That's 1 a quarter.
I looked at his 3-point percentage. I said he's a shooter. Let's see what he shot. Did he ever do 40%? No. They're always like 37 or lower.
37, 30.
It's always 39.5. You know what I mean? I don't understand math. I don't
then
understand
math ain't math.
If you could play basketball, if you could play any sport, they just push you on through and shit.
And you know what? With White, man, it seemed like he don't know how to fall. When he go to the basket, he get fouled, or he go to the man. It looked like a wipeout, man.
He's
just a hard wipeout. Yeah,
but he knows how to fall. It's Caruso don't know how to fall. That's why they always
Caruso just gets into all kinds of accidents that are self-inflicted. And what the fuck you running into Drummond coming down the floor? And Drummond is like a moose with blinkers on. He just runs into everybody.
I think White and Caruso and who else on that squad? They need to get in the Breakfast Club.
I'd have traded Caruso for one reason: his availability. He's never available. As good as he is when he plays, defense and little things that he does, he's always hurt. Every other game, he's hurt. There was plenty of people that wanted him at the trade deadline. They could use a player like that.
He was always hurt before we signed him on the
Flyers.
We got
him. Yeah. His availability, I'd have traded him.
That's what our teams have gotten into doing. Poles is moving away from it, but getting these players, if they can only stay healthy, you have that reconstructive knee. We always getting players like that. Always getting hurt.
I used to want Kobe White before this past season, before he improved his game. I used to want him to get traded. I wanted Caruso to take his place.
Yeah, you were very low on Kobe White, and I'm glad you're able to say that on here because had I suggested it, you would have denied.
Sounds like you're eating crow.
I'm not eating crow. I just said he worked on the part of his game that I hated.
It does sound like he should be eating crow, though.
Turning over the ball. Shit, he's a turnover king, turnover champion.
Yeah, 0 turnovers on their playing game.
Shit, yeah, four of them.
That's the second game, so that's two playoff games. That's average.
Should I be getting smug? Should I be getting smug with him?
Yeah. No, don't get smug.
No, we're gonna say
you can't. How can you? He ain't shot 40% yet.
That's what it comes down. This guy's shooting
40%. He's a shooter. If you a shooter, you better. And
but he's not a shooter. He's a scorer.
No, he's a shooter. He's a shooter. What's his thing?
Kobe White scorer. He likes going to the hole. He needs to get to the damn breakfast.
You can't label him a shooter. John Paxson was a shooter.
Yes, Kobe White he should be a shooter. As much threes.
So you're saying the ball comes back, you're going to put Kobe over him like a tween or two in the spot up.
He is a two. He ain't a point guard.
So ball's healthy.
He's forced to point.
Ball's healthy. You're starting ball at point. Bottom line, if he's healthy.
Yes. Great defense. Can pass. And he can score a little bit.
All right. So this comes down to one of you guys going to end up being pro.
DeMar's gone.
If he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. They're not re-signing him.
He says he likes Chicago.
Nobody cares what he says.
He likes Chicago and we love him.
Guess who else said they like Chicago? Justin Time. He said he likes Chicago too. Nobody cared.
Yeah, that's different owner. Not the same people.
No.
I'm talking about the same sport. And I knew you would try to throw him in while we on a whole different sport.
Well, but if you're using that as your argument, Justin Fields came out there and said he liked Chicago. He shook the fans' hands. The fans screamed, "We want Justin. We want all the fans who were paying the money."
If he averaged comparable stats to what DeRozan's been doing for the Bulls, if he averaged something like that for the Bears, then maybe we'd have an argument. But he's not even close. Yeah, don't bring that up.
Dwight Freeney, NFL Hall of Famer, is saying that the Bears are being swindled for the second year in a row by the Pittsburgh Steelers. They got swindled with the Claypool trade, and now they're getting swindled with this Justin Field trade. So we'll see what happens. But, the draft will be over next week, and we don't have to listen to no more of this crap.
We're going to have We're going to have the big draft podcast next week.
When is the draft? Thursday night?
The first round is Thursday.
Yeah, I think that one matters Thursday. Yeah, we could be live. We could be live while the draft going on, commentating Thursday.
Okay.
I mean, but y'all let me know. I have to look at the schedule and shit. But we can do something like that. And then especially if we don't have a second round pick, right? Day one is just the first round or the first round.
First round only. First round.
Yeah, we can do the first round. I don't even think we got a second round pick. Yeah, we got two first
rounders unless
I'm hoping that they trade that ninth pick. I'm hoping.
To move up or move down?
You want to get rid of
to move down.
Yeah, he's consistent saying he wants to move. We've been wanting to move down too, but I said that before. I told Ace though at the end of last season, I said, fine. I conceded with Ace making the calls and trading away that pick. But I said this season we need some bona fide talent. But I wanted to put it around Justin though, Ace. I'm like, we need some fucking playmakers. We need some. Yeah. So they're saying that this Marvin Harrison Jr. is a bona fide Hall of Famer. These are the players I want. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of moving down and getting these players who believe in themselves and they're betting on themselves and they can just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, showing up with
and again,
they can just learn the NFL game.
If the Commanders gave the Bears offer that they couldn't refuse,
they would have if we hadn't got rid of fucking Justin Fields.
Well, Paul's pulled the trigger too quick because he wanted to help Fields allegedly.
Yeah, he wanted to pink
Fields had nothing to do with it. If we can get an offer for them,
color nails.
That's just
this guy said Fields had nothing to do with it. Go ahead, Teaser. We're hearing you,
if we can get an offer for that pick to move down one spot, and if you talking about if they give you something like, you get their pick this year plus 2 or 3.
Bro, we understand what you're saying. We were saying that we could have done that and kept the quarterback.
He's not part of the equation. No part of any equation. He has to go. So your quarterback is coming at the 2 spot if you trade with them. So it's
we
either
still
one
could
or
have did that.
Yeah, we don't want him. He's no part of the equation. What part are you not understanding?
We still could have did that.
Teacher's going to the chalkboard. He's putting up a math problem, saying solve this.
Right.
No part of that problem is Fields in any part of it.
Simeon guy talking about math.
No part. Is this a pink teacher?
Yeah, it's a pink teacher at Simeon talking about math. The 38% is not rounded up to 40%.
Whatever he is or she is, he ain't in the equation. So he not coming out of it. Yeah. No, he's gone before that. He doesn't have anything to do with it. Yeah, so he's a mute point.
That's idiotic.
No, that's smart. That's smart.
Disrespectful.
You get rid of it. Like they did, you know.
Get rid of you guys are consistent that a rookie quarterback would take us to the playoffs.
Every week,
with a halt to
consistent. Every week, managed to throw his behind in our discussion.
He's
no matter what.
Because Justin Fields will forever be a Bear. And I will rue the day when he comes back and takes halt to top's position.
Ram it right up in halt to
top. And you're gonna eat crow.
Yes, you are.
You're gonna see Fields on the sideline taking notes of the game as a backup.
Handing Russell Wilson some who you don't like. Handing Russell Wilson some Gatorade who you don't like. You don't like Russell either.
No, I don't care for Wilson. Yeah, I don't care. He cost the Seahawks an extra Super Bowl.
That was coach.
Yeah.
He could have called an audible.
You still can't blame him.
Yeah, I blame him. He threw the pick.
No, they had a Pookie quarterback on Monday Night Football, and he called an audible, and they was all over that Pookie. He was wrong too. Thinking audible to the run play, and they stuffed it. Remember, and they had no timeouts, and I can't remember which Pookie it was, but I'm saying if Pookie Wilson would have done that, you'd have been on his ass like he audible to a run and it got stuffed. You know what I mean? You would have been on his ass talking about he's not white.
I wouldn't have.
He ain't smart enough to do that.
You know why I wouldn't have? Because of what the game was showing, what it was dictating. Get that man the ball. Was that third down or was it fourth down?
It didn't matter what it was. It was.
No, it matters.
It was beast mode, but they called a play. He ran a play that the damn coach called.
Calling audible. Stand on something. Calling audible. Run the ball. Run the ball. Do you guys think he should have ran the ball? The coach. I'm talking about the coach.
Everybody in the stadium knew he should have ran the damn ball, but the coach called the damn play.
Why the fuck are you arguing? That he shouldn't? He could have called an
audible. Because when Ray called it last year or the year before, they was on Ray's ass. I forgot. I think it was New York. He was a backup quarterback for New York, and the coach went crazy. Like, I didn't call that shit, and he called that audible and got mad at him. So it's like it depends on
backup quarterback in a regular game. We talking about something where was dictating the game.
Call that audible in the Super Bowl. Listen, would I have called it? Yes. But you're saying, listen, if it would have blew up in his face, you would not have been supporting Ray Wilson.
I wouldn't be on him like everybody is now for fucking throwing a pick at the goal line. The fuck? I'd have took it. Hey, it was my call. I felt like we could have ran the ball and got in the end zone. Beast mode was clearing house, and it didn't work out.
So you're not a corporate guy? You're not going to do what management tells you?
Is that what you're saying? It's just like in the military.
If you're in the military, you're not going to take orders.
You can get orders.
You're going to tell me if you're in the Navy and your CO told you to do something that didn't make sense, you're just going to do it and come out?
I ain't doing it. No. You can get lawful orders and unlawful orders. So every fucking order you get ain't lawful.
He's going to get a dishonorable discharge. Yeah, you think they're going to listen to this bully come out there talking about that and your CO is white?
Yeah.
You know where the hell they're going to listen to that. You think the military cares about the code when it comes to colors? Yeah. But I ain't going to talk about that. You know more about that than me. Right. Yeah. Thanks for your service out there. All right. Let's get to the handyman. All right. This guy looks pretty scruffy. Ace dropped some pictures of the scruffy handyman. Diesel came to the show talking about the handyman. If you guys don't know the handyman we're talking about, this guy allegedly was a serial killer. Yeah. Okay.
No interest.
He had motive. I don't know about motive, but he had opportunity, and the motive would have been the money, though. But he had opportunity, and who knows? This guy's handyman. He had access to her house, and then he went on to kill several blondes who fit her demographic.
Yeah.
And no one's talking about this. I think I'm gonna do a documentary on it, Diesel, for the channel. You know, like Trap Lord Ross does. You know what I mean? Do a documentary on this shit.
Actually, I think it was redheads though that he actually liked in particular. I could be wrong, but I believe it was redheads. But after I looked into it even more, because there was so much information coming up, because of OJ had just passed, I went and looked into it more, and I came to the conclusion that I don't believe it was him. He wasn't. For one, he didn't really know OJ. And again, it was two people there, two separate knives that were.
Allegedly.
Whoa. You don't believe it was the handyman?
No.
There was a color?
No. And if you look at his history, the people that he killed.
Wait, didn't you suggest that it was the handyman last week? Isn't this what we're talking about?
Yes, I did. But after I did more looking into it,
okay,
I looked at more stuff.
It's an update.
And
gotcha.
He his MO was he didn't wear gloves. None of his murders or anything. He didn't use gloves. It was gloves. We know it was gloves at the scene.
But if that was his first murder, sometimes they evolve and they learn.
No, that wasn't his first murder. Because the guy whose identity that he stole, he had already killed him in Ohio in like 93. He actually stayed in LA, I believe, a year after those murders. He didn't really leave LA till like 95. Before he went on the street that ended up getting him.
But how does his name not even come up in the trial? Kato Kaelin, nobody even mentions him. Did anybody mention him?
Well, if you go and listen, I've been listening to the defense attorneys and everything from back then and now. And they didn't feel like they needed to bring him because it didn't lead to him. So
it's reasonable doubt.
No, but none of his. So if you go to the evidence at the site, right? His DNA wasn't anywhere there.
He had gloves DNA. On.
No, he didn't wear gloves. So you gotta remember.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying.
I'm saying all of the other.
I'm saying this is a brilliant defense team, and they did a brilliant job, world class. They won. I'm talking about all of them, like one of the best defense teams ever, dream team.
Well, the reasonable doubt.
They didn't even suggest. Just throw another reasonable doubt.
Well, the reasonable doubt was it was two people, and the prosecution kept saying it was just him.
Well, that's what the CIA told us at Project Operation Move, Crow, the commemoration of the Crow. They told us that. Some spooks told us that. Some black ones. They in the 90s. Me and Tori went to this thing where they was talking to the brothers, and they said the same thing you just said. They said like, ain't no way in hell one person did that.
No,
and they was like, if it was one person, that person would have had to have been like a black ops. You understand what I'm saying? To be able to pull that off.
It would have been a flash.
And Ron Goldman.
Yeah.
Honestly, from what I read and watched,
he was athletic.
He just happened to come over there at the wrong time, bringing them glasses back for her mother that left at that restaurant that he worked at.
Why did he run?
Run. He didn't run. That motherfucker didn't run. He didn't.
That's what he's saying. Why didn't he run?
He didn't get a chance. He was ambushed by two people, two grown ass men.
He just stopped. No! What did he do? Stop. That's what they saying. No screaming. No. This guy's chasing me with a knife.
I can tell you what I believe happened because nobody knows specifically how the activity happened at the house, but I believe nobody knows specifically what happened, but they can tell you from the different gathers of evidence and all of that shit.
Bro, I was in Brentwood the other day. You can hear a pin drop. You can hear a pin drop in Brentwood at 6 p.m. on a Tuesday. A pin drop on a major street.
Well, you remember it was a guy that heard somebody going, hey, when that shit happened. There was a guy who was like right across that little street. Heard some men.
And that was probably Ron Goldman running up and saw something.
And
that's what they used to say.
I believe Nicole got hit in the head.
Right. He tried to help, and he was probably trying to help Nicole.
He said, hey, and they went OJ and the guy who I believe assisted him,
Yeah.
went and attacked him.
So they wasn't expecting
him
Ron Goldman. The killers wasn't expecting Ron Goldman because, like you said, he was randomly showing up. So they probably had cased it, planned to do this murder. But here's a random
not even. It wasn't even premeditated. This. Do you want to know what they really went over? So OJ gets strong armed by. So remember, they're casual coke addicts. Okay, him and Nicole.
No, they're beyond casual, but
no,
you're saying users.
Casual.
You're saying they weren't dealers.
Users,
right,
not dealers. Right. None of them were dealers.
You saying OJ was there?
Yeah, OJ was there. OJ was there, no doubt about it. That's how his blood's there. It's like impossible. I go back and listen to the defense team, and they're like, "Well, what about the blood and everything?" They're like, "Man, it's impossible to go and try to plant the blood that was there for these 3 different people at the scene."
But why did the jury believe it? Because they're stupid.
Well, no. It's because
was it drops of blood
to create the reasonable doubt. You're talking about, hey, 2 people killed with 2 different types of knives. That's reasonable doubt if you're trying to say one person went and did this.
Correct.
So but
it could have been one person with 2 knives who's good at with jugging people.
Not based on how
Ace just asked though. What'd you just ask, Ace? Why? What?
I mean, why was it drops of blood for OJ and
that's the same thing the spooks
bloody massacre for damn
they
everybody
cut the juggler. They cut the juggler. These old blood squirts.
Okay,
and,
so
and
listen,
you're talking about immense, and that's what some of the defense had brought up too. Wouldn't it be more blood?
Well, here's the thing. So his hand, and this is what I believe happened again.
His hand didn't fit in the glove.
When they go to because 2 of them
defense team washed it before the trial.
2 people were stabbing Ron Goldman. Okay, it wasn't one person. 2 people stabbing him. So either when he's stabbing him himself, cuts his hand. I believe the other guy, when he's stabbing him, accidentally cuts his finger. Right?
Okay. As somebody is getting stabbed up, the only thing somebody hears is, "Hey," that's it. Because to stab somebody to death, unless you.
He hears the hey, and then that's when they go and attack Goldman. Nicole's not cut or killed yet. She's just down from getting hit.
Why don't he hear? Oh, she's unconscious or something.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm. And once they finish him, they go back and get her. They go and get his Jeep. His Bronco is parked around on the other side, so you wouldn't have seen this Bronco there. They go to the Bronco, strip all their clothes off, all their clothes except for his socks and his drawers. He's in his socks. Remember, his socks had some of Nicole's blood on. In the Bronco.
You took him back to his house.
You got OJ's blood, Nicole's blood, and Ron's blood. In the Bronco.
The police did that.
The police did that. That's perfect. That's open and shut. In fact, the prosecutor said, would have helped this case if we had some all their blood in his Bronco.
No, I'll tell you.
That's how they work in LA.
Listen, even Johnny Cochran even said, this is all after the trial, that what's his name? Carl Douglas. Cold black attorney. He says, I don't believe, Johnny told me he doesn't believe what OJ is saying, how he cut his how he got the cut on his hand. He said he remembers all these other details and things in life and all this stuff, and this stuff that just happened, he keeps not giving up. He said, I don't believe he's telling the truth about how he got the cut on his hand. So the part that I believe that the police did do was when they the glove behind the house, I don't believe that glove was there. Because even when
if you believe they planted that, and this is what you don't believe that they planted the other blood, like why would they plant that if they had the blood in the car already?
Because Furman is a racist. That's a bigot. He was a bigot, a racist, right?
They said Van Anna planted the blood.
He can't. He was at the scene 2 hours before anybody else. Okay? Right. But where's he gonna get OJ's blood from?
Access
Where? You're at a crime scene. Where was he going to get it from? Where would he get it from to go and put it out there? No, he found 2 gloves. This is just my opinion. He found both of them gloves there at the scene.
And when it smeared the blood from the gloves in OJ's car?
No. He takes one of the gloves.
That's what I thought he was going to say.
Goes to the when they go to the house. Remember, OJ's going to the airport.
Yeah.
So he says, when they asked Cato, hey, blah, 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 blah. He's like, oh, I heard some bumps or something behind the house or whatever.
I think it was Bruce Lee back there.
He goes back there looking. And to make the case more solid, he throws the glove back there. That's what I believe happened. I don't believe OJ dropped that glove, although OJ came from back there. After they came back from her house.
So OJ would have had to jump the wall because the driver was out front and he didn't want the driver seeing him running in there with blood all over. Right? He didn't want him to see with blood all over. The driver would have been like, oh my God.
Yeah, correct. And the driver said he seen a black man, looked like a black guy, walking because OJ wasn't answering the door initially. Right? He said
that's what the driver said.
The black man he seen.
A lot of these drivers, these old, just to let you know, they're from these shithole countries, and I don't believe a word come out of it.
No, because he had already went to the door and nobody answered.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
So you sit there and
he says
wait.
He goes back to the car. Matter of fact, I believe he contacted, and they said, you know how he's always late. Give him like 15 more minutes or something.
Yeah. Right. Why are you harassing OJ and you there to
He's there to take him to the fucking airport.
Exactly. So if I miss the plane, that's on me. You getting paid either way. Sit your ass out there. We talking Brentwood. We not talking about the Uber X pulling up to Pookie on 79th and Narragansett.
So anyway.
Go ahead.
He sees him.
Yeah.
And then he says a few minutes later, the lights come on. He answers the thing. He's like, yeah, give me
I do remember that driver was arrogant as hell. Go ahead, Diesel. He was running, and I waited, and he
showers up. He showers up. Then he comes down because he already had bags out there sitting, luggage already when the guy got there. But remember, old boy drives.
So the guy didn't load up the luggage since he's in a big hurry. He didn't take the time to load that luggage up. The professional driver.
I'm not sure I don't know if he put that luggage that was in the front. But so anyway, when they get in the house, man, there was more than
goddamn Mooly.
He had her blood on his sock. The clothes, the dude who assisted him, he took them in the Bronco. They said he went and burnt them up. Okay. Had the knives, both of the knives.
So I cut you off. You were initially talking about it wasn't premeditated.
No, it wasn't premeditated.
So what was the whole point?
They accumulated it was like around 50 G's coke debt, right?
Okay.
But coke that you use from a mob guy. It's a mob guy that OJ knows.
Right.
They usually get coke from one of his people, not directly from him. Right.
He thought he could get 50 G's from OJ.
So he just basically goes to try to extort him for the money. So his guy, who OJ knows for a couple of months, he's like, hey man, we got this debt. And he's like, what you mean this debt? He's like, that's Nicole's and them shit. That ain't my shit. He's like, no, man, you got this jet. Hey, if he says you owe it, right? That's how the mob does. They extort you, right? So
yeah, you saying it'd be like the guys. Let's just say I live in a Stone community, and my girl owed $50,000, and they know she ain't got no way of paying it. At a certain point, they like, that's on you, bro. That's what you're saying. And that's how the mob looked at it.
So he was like, well, let's go over here right now because remember, he's hitting golf balls in the front of his house because he's going to a Hertz golf ball charity event in Chicago. So he's
hitting golf balls because he's high off cocaine. But go ahead.
So
allegedly,
him and the guy, it's only like
I forgot he passed away.
Only like 5 minutes away. It's only like 5 minutes away from their house, from where she stays. He's like, we're gonna go over there and tell her, so she can't keep doing this. So it was only going over there because it ain't like she had the money. He's got money. He's a multi-millionaire.
So he was going over there to beat her up because he was mad.
Not even to beat, just to put like, hey, quit doing this stuff because I'm not gonna keep fronting.
So they didn't have telephones back in the day.
He wanted to do it in person. What good is the phone? She probably hang up on him. Like that.
Allegedly, he was a stalker, and he showed.
And
that's what it sounds like.
When they get there, she's there, and I believe Goldman's already there talking.
Sounds like he was bullying her. But go ahead.
And that's when everything went there. And oh boy, the guy who was with him, OJ just took it too far.
So why did they have the knives, the chef quality knives with them if they're just going to talk shit?
So OJ keeps a knife under his seat or something.
Yeah.
In the car.
To defend himself from the Bloods and the Crips in the 90s who was shooting people with AK-47s.
He's got, so in his house, they said he's got guns and knives. And he's got they said one of his knives, what goes in a certain part wasn't there. It was missing.
Yeah, son grabbed allegedly.
Mob dudes, they're gonna have a gun or a knife, one or the other on them, and he's like an affiliate of the mob.
They prefer the knife if they could get it with the knife because it's quiet.
Yeah. So it went haywire there, and within a couple of, he was actually, from what I've read and went through, he was actually gonna kill himself. OJ was. He was gonna kill himself. They just, when he came to his senses, said, "Oh."
Well, yeah, he was threatening to kill himself. That's what LAPD was saying when he was.
Yeah. He had went to her gravesite.
Yeah,
and that's when he
so he was gonna kill himself right there.
That's what the LAPD said.
No, that's
what he was saying. Well, Al Collins was saying it on the phone too, but I don't know if they were saying that age just to, keep the police awful.
There was no blood.
It was a 9mm in the car in the Bronco. He had a gun to his head.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but it could have just been so the police would stay away though. There could have just been a ruse,
There was no blood in the house.
No, it was blood in the house. It was blood drops through the house. He didn't have time. You got OJ's. So OJ's blood.
Only OJ.
No, more than OJ's. OJ's, I believe, was Goldman and Nicole's
blood was in the house.
I know.
And Nicole's blood was in the house.
And he wasn't convicted. What a dumbass jury.
He didn't have time.
God bless America.
He didn't have time to clean everything. You gotta understand.
You can't clean that up unless you got some sort of chemical, bro.
He's got no time to clean all that stuff. Now, but the clothes, remember,
they got luminol, bro. They would have brought luminol in there and tested all that blood and been like, what I'm saying?
But once that argument was made with, hey, this racist cop, blah, 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 blah.
You still got to present all the evidence. You can't say, well, fuck it, I'm not going to present it.
They did. They presented as much as they could.
They said the chemical in the blood from the tube, that they took the blood in the tube and dropped it on the glove and the car.
It's like, if you go listen to them defense attorneys who were defending him.
Yeah, they said they had the motherfucking chemical with the blood.
You got to go listen, and they'll tell you like
it's almost this guy. He thinks everybody don't do any research, haven't done any. We weren't there.
It's like impossible for them to be able to plant his blood at that scene the way it was. It's like impossible. It's just physically impossible. Now the stuff at the house, like I said, the glove. I believe old boy took the glove there, throw it back there. Make it look like, I found this glove. Make the case more solid.
But all that stuff, that's why they were trying to get the driver to say, yeah, I saw him running in. All that stuff, even if all that stuff is true, it doesn't mean that it was OJ. There's people who had access to his car. There's people who had access to his house. There's people that, you know what I mean? Like he wasn't the only one who lives in that house. That's what I'm saying. I mean, he could have been protecting his son. That was a theory too. Maybe
his son wasn't there. Son was at work. Son was at work. That was his whole alibi. He punched in everything. Son had nothing to do with it. He was at work. I'm trying to tell you.
This is before cameras and all that, man. You could dip off. I'm on a smoke break.
No, his son was at work.
And go chop somebody up and then get back to work. He worked right there where Ron Goldman worked. Ron Goldman can walk there with some glasses. Obviously, he worked close. So maybe he walked over there on a smoke break and killed her and then used work as his alibi.
No, I think Ron Goldman actually drove there, but he parked he didn't park in the front. He parked like on the side. Similar to
that's suspicious in itself. So if you know these areas, if you park on the side, bro, you're just parking nowhere, right? And walking, because it's not like a bunch of apartments and you're coming to a gate or a driveway and a pull it. Like, you're not doing that. There's not a bunch of pookies parked all over the place where I couldn't get a park right in front of the house. No.
You're dropping off the gloves and
I believe, listen,
you got the
I'm
gloves.
Not sure. Listen, I'm not sure.
Unless he was going to hit.
No, I'm not sure if
or do some coke.
And there's like no evidence that they had any type of relationship. Physical, him and Nicole. They said there's no evidence.
Yeah, I think they were doing. He was probably going to party, return the drugs. I mean, that's interesting. All right, well, we'll get to it, but let's go ahead and cover this real quick, y'all. Bauer. Now, I'll ask you guys if you think we should get him, but y'all know we covered Bauer on
Yeah.
this show about a year ago when the accusations came through. So, what led to the charges against the accuser? You have any recollection, Ace?
He was, his girlfriend stated that he was a some kind of predator, and she wanted to get some dollars out of him, and her girlfriend was like, "Hey, he's in the MLB. If you can get some dollars out of him, go get them damn dollars." And unfortunately for all of them, it didn't work out, and now he's able to play back in MLB.
Yeah. And she
It
was
sounds like
saying,
he's some kind of copper-colored player, but unfortunately, he was, yeah, not for him.
I didn't know he was pitching in Mexico now.
Yeah, he's trying to get his arm together. He hasn't played in a couple of years. I mean, I mean, if the North Side team has some interest in him, shit, bring him on. I mean, the
So,
South, go ahead.
uh,
South
just
Side team needs him, but the North Side team can use him.
facts. So, baseball pitcher Trevor Bauer was arrested or charged with a crime after being accused of assault by multiple women. But now a crime has been charged in one of his cases against one of his accusers for allegedly defrauding Bauer.
Yeah,
This is an interesting scenario because in today's world, well, it's multiple accusers, it's multiple accusers. Well, if I'm Diddy or one of these guys with these multiple accusers, I would pay an accuser, right,
yeah,
to accuse me and then be found to be fraudulent. Do you see
right.
what I'm saying? Now,
Yeah,
that one false accuser discredits the rest of the accusers. I mean, this
right.
is the world we're in. But
Yeah,
this woman, Darcy Adana Asemonu, sounds like she's from some shithole country,
absolutely.
previously filed a civil lawsuit against Bauer that said he assaulted and choked her in Scottsdale, Arizona. Bauer denied it and countersued her in April 2023. So she said this happened in 2020. He
Hmm.
accused her of fraud, extortion, and fabricating a pregnancy because she was alleging that he R'd her and got her pregnant as a result of the R. A grand jury in Maricopa County, Arizona, then returned an indictment against
Yeah.
let's see, filed lawsuit, fabricating pregnancy. Yeah, a grand jury in Maricopa County, Arizona, then returned an indictment against the same lady in March that charged her with committing felony fraud against Bauer and another man. In Bauer's case, one of his representatives said the charge relates to making false representations that she was pregnant and costs she claimed that were related to prenatal and abortion that didn't happen.
Mm.
This indictment wasn't made public until this week after a judge on Monday ordered the case to be unsealed. Bauer, he's 33. Wow. He took away his prime. Hasn't pitched in a major league game since 2021 in June. Oh, yeah, his
Wow.
career's over.
Yeah.
Izumono is due to be arraigned in court and is facing possible jail time. Trevor went on YouTube to say these women and their lawyers attempted to weaponize anonymous claims in the media against me to take my money. At this point, I'm not sure what else I can possibly do to prove my innocence in all of this. I did not do what I was accused of, and every institution that our society has entrusted to rule on issues like these, such as the courts, judges, law enforcement officers, prosecutors, etc., they all agree with me. They've rejected every single claim made against me, even going as far as charging one of my accusers with a felony. If any evidence of any of these claims actually existed, I would have been charged or at the very least arrested. But that never happened. What
Hmm.
else do I have to do to prove that this entire situation has been a massive lie? This is insane. At what point do I get to go back to work and continue earning a living? The former Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher said he had a consensual encounter with this woman and others, though the women said he went too far. Major League Baseball also investigated these cases and gave him a 324 game suspension, which was later reduced to 194 games after a private arbitration hearing. Still the largest suspension under the league's DV policy. In this case, one of the women who accused him has been charged not just with fraud related to Bauer, but also with extorting another person. So I'll just stop there. I mean, that's in a nutshell, bro. What we were talking about with the whole Deshaun Watson case, right? Like, who are these people? And then so we live in a world where they say, well, we're not gonna, identify who these women are, because if you start doing that, this other guy would have come out and said, wait a minute, she's doing the same shit to me. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't identify these women, people can't come out and say, oh, she's crazy.
I think he's just raw dog Bauer. He likes to be raw, and these women at some point that he
goes too far, he's drunk, maybe got the blood sugar going.
Yeah, I mean, whatever they got going on, now that they know that he is as giving them his DNA or whatever the hell that vaginal tears or whatever the hell is going on as far as the situation is concerned, they feel they can come back at a later time and
blackmail
and make it a different situation. Or
you notice they keep calling it extortion because he's white. They won't say blackmail, but if he was black, they'd have said blackmail. Go ahead, my bad. I just want to get that tip.
Yeah. I mean, and it's the same scenario for both situations that we had sex, we had this, that, and the other. He says it's consensual. They said it was R, and then it comes out that there's somebody else that they accused of doing this with them. So
they had some text messages too,
and he's been exonerated. So
and they had some text messages, Ace, of her telling her friend was one of the ones who got her arrested. Coming out like, I'm about to ruin his life.
Now I will say this: if you remember him when he was playing as a player,
he was cocky.
His temperament on the field, he was like get angry.
Oh, he was cocky.
Like real super angry. So I mean, and
borderline racist. But we don't know what's in his heart.
We don't know what's in his heart.
Honestly, we don't. But I hear you. I remember him because I'm in LA.
He's dropped dead
baseball executive. Too. I wouldn't take him. I ain't even considering. But
I know what you're saying. You saying he was gutsy and he was like Grayson Allen. He was like the Grayson Allen on the pitcher mound.
Yeah, we need him on the south side or the north side.
And probably
Patriots quarterback.
More from when I used to watch him play, I thought he'd get like more angry than that. So I wouldn't. No, I pass.
So are you saying that emotion could have led to? You saying he could be like that in his relationships?
When I heard it, when it initially first came out, that story about him, the first thing I thought about was, man, he was always seemed like he had a ticking time bomb on the field.
He was always chirping it.
He'd get super angry,
get into it with players.
I was like, man, dude got an attitude. He could pitch. I didn't say he could pitch, but he just he can't control himself.
So you jump to conclusions, is what you're saying?
Yeah, because he's arrogant.
No.
And
when I heard it, that was my first thought. I'll open this up.
We're muted for him.
You didn't know what was in his heart.
Yeah, you don't know what's in his heart.
But we found out that he was being railroaded, shamrodded, and allegedly accused of being a R. Brent Roethlisberger and Major League Baseball, and it came out that the young ladies that were making up stories to help, hopefully, financially, make themselves rich.
But there's no big story about this. It's like, my concern is, like, I almost think just like there's a sexual offenders list, there should be a false accusers list. You know what I mean? And
it never comes out with the same intensity.
Registered false accuser. You meet a person and you go in there and you're a registered false accuser. You know what I mean?
It should be.
It should be. It should be. And it need to be as big as the people who get accused, and they got to be on this registration list.
That's right.
You on this registration list for falsely accusing
That's
someone.
right. That's right. When you move in the neighborhood, you got to announce to everybody that you're a false accuser.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
I don't know if that's safe though, because then you expose that woman to, you know what I mean, being violated and nobody believe her
But it's
anymore.
I mean it's
I hear you.
the same thing for men. So
That's
if you're a
true.
man, you got accused of something. Now anybody you mess with in the future, they can easily say, "Oh, he." You see what I'm saying? So it's the same thing.
And we
Can't.
tend to think it only happens to rich men. That's not necessarily true, Diesel. And then if you don't have money, you're a regular guy working at the post office or something going through that, you can get railroaded a lot harder than some of these guys. Like this probably would have been a criminal case had he, had a public defender.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
If he ain't had no kind of paper, straight criminal
They
case.
taking it to trial, man. It'd be like, yeah, yeah. All right. How did y'all think he handled it? Because I know he was going on Twitter. I'll tell you what, I he is arrogant, but I thought he handled it pretty well, Dizo, because I know a lot of people say, well, my lawyer told me to be quiet and don't comment on it. He was fervent from the beginning that
no comment. Like I said, what I was talking about is baseball. When I watched him playing baseball, this whole case, I didn't have any type of opinion on it other than when I initially heard it, I thought about his temperament on the baseball field. That's it.
Right. And you remember we covered it from
the
perspective of why isn't this bigger news as though it was Deshaun, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Handy J.
Yeah, why aren't they calling him a savage and suggesting, in the comments all over the internet that this guy should be flogged? It was none of that going on. So we covered it. And when me and Ace covered it, we both made the point to say, on this channel, you're innocent until proven guilty. You know what I mean? And we kept saying that. I even said, man, my spidey senses are tingling about this particular case. I was going through what he had said and everything. I'm like, yeah, I mean, and I actually met some people like 2 weeks before he got accused who were from his hometown who just happened to mention that they were related to him. They're here visiting in LA. Mm-hmm. And they were just talking about how great of a person he was and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I just thought it was ironic, but you never know a person. Like they were friends of the family. They probably didn't know his sex.
You don't know what's in his heart. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't know what he's doing in a bedroom on the internet, but
allegedly.
Now, what does this mean for the broader conversation, which is what we're having about sexual assault allegations? How can we balance the rights of both accusers and the accused? It's pretty much where we are now.
Yeah, I mean, you're in a situation where you have to be respectful of the alleged victim, but you have to take the information in of what's going on and what's being alleged against the accused. And unfortunately for Trevor Bauer, he was being accused by people that were allegedly extorting him. And after the investigation, we see that what he was being accused of was not true, or it was being pushed to an extent, or I mean, we don't know what happened, but we know that he's eligible to play again. They said he was doing wasn't absolutely true, and now he's lost a couple years of his career and his prime. And how do you make up to the player the years that he's lost as far as baseball is concerned?
I mean, bro, that's
tough.
So how they doing Deshaun Watson, Diesel, and Ace.
Yeah.
Every time he comes to the podium, they want to ask him about these cases and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, I just want to talk football. If this guy comes back, you think they're going to go after him the same way?
Yeah. I think they'll question him. I mean, I don't know how. If he comes back, I don't think he's going to play Major League again.
Yeah, he's been gone so long, man. 3 years from the league.
He's 30. What's his age now? 33. He'll be back.
Yeah, well, yeah, his arm ain't had that wear and tear. It's 3 years of rest.
He's got at least 3 years of baseball.
I want to see what team has got the moxie to sign.
Well, the Cubs can use a closer. He can't go long innings. I bring him back. Maybe he can close.
No. I wouldn't. Again, if I'm an executive, I'm not signing. just because of his temperament before. I didn't
You're
like
looking
his
for talent.
I didn't like how he got down
Didn't like his
before all of
moxie.
that stuff.
He didn't like his white boy swag. That's what he had, white boy swag.
No, I didn't like his white boy anger issues. That's what
that's white boy
had.
swag.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean you got Aroldis Chapman that you had on the Cubs throwing.
Right.
You know, I just saw a picture of him throwing a fastball into a guy's leg at 104 miles an hour. So I mean,
yeah, but what does that got to do with this dude? Aroldis Chapman on the baseball field, I didn't know him to have anger
said you
issues.
didn't like his temperament on the field.
Yeah, Aroldis Chapman, I never seen him. Did you see him having anger issues when he was with the Cubs and the Yankees? I never seen him having them issues.
Yeah.
No, he helped win his World Series, so I don't get that argument.
So what if Trevor Bauer helps the Cubs win a World Series?
My thing is he ain't getting a chance to because I ain't signing him.
Wait a minute. So you wouldn't want him in the rotation with the Sox or come out the bullpen, getting them ready for next season?
I'd pass him.
This is why you guys are losing. This is why you guys lose.
The Sox need some talent.
I'd pass on him. That's all.
You just don't like his attitude. Yeah, I hear you.
I didn't like him before he had a 3-year hiatus because of his to me, it would look like anger issues on the field.
You don't know what's in his heart.
Yeah, you don't know. That's just
his heart
bro.
doesn't make whatever's happening as far.
Well, you went to Simeon and you went to Leo. You guys didn't have. Well, Leo had some white athletes, but you guys are. That's their moxie, bro. They get angry and it's just moxie. They're tough. They're gritty. Yeah, you don't dislike that. Yeah, and you get them mad enough, they'll call everybody in the locker room the N-word.
Yeah,
don't they, Ace?
You gotta slap them around and then you make them let them know, hey, this 79 from this 79 for the segment, you son of a bitch. I'll beat your ass and anybody else who bring up here.
Hey, that used to happen at Eisenhower at Ray. Every now and then they just go a little too far. I know you're the quarterback, but you about to get your ass whooped. What's wrong with you? Times was changing. Dad, we can't do that anymore. No, you can't.
Yeah, you can't. You son
these Negroes got attitudes and activator.
Yeah, and we get scholarships too.
All right, so like we're talking sexual allegations, and that was a good response. We're wrapping it up. What impact might this case have on future allegations and investigations within the sports industry specifically? You take that dude in Oklahoma, the Josh Giddey.
Yeah. Well, actually, when it happened, remember, he was still getting paid. They didn't put him on
you talking about Bauer?
Yeah. He was like on that list where you still get paid, but you just can't play.
Like the police.
He's probably he should be whatever his contract is till it run out. The contract he should still be getting paid for it.
Right, and he should get all his money.
Yeah. And I believe he is.
He's drop dead gorgeous, so he should.
But the Dodgers shouldn't have to pay it. Major League Baseball, the owners should have to pay it because the Dodgers didn't really suspend him. The baseball made that decision.
No, I think it comes from the team, though.
It does, but
it comes from the team.
It does, but I would file grievance if I'm the team owner. Like, we thought he was innocent the whole time. Y'all the motherfuckers who do this to save y'all image. This means so much for y'all overall image and y'all brand. Instead of letting him play.
No, they ain't going for that. That's part of you part of that conglomerate. Yeah, you part of that. The owners in that conglomerate. You already know what to get there.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be a female cat and take it up the bum like the rest of the owners, right. But if I want to be like Papa Bear Hallis and the dude at the Raiders, go ahead, Ace. Go ahead. You know what
I mean, they probably give each other the wink, and we're not going to play this guy. And it's all kind of underhand and the side deals and whatever. But yeah,
he whatever his contract, whenever it ran out, which probably would be around now or something, because I think he had just signed a contract.
He did a huge one. He was like a Cy Young Award winner. With it every year.
He's gonna get all of that. He's not gonna
just like Zach LaVine.
Well, they'll settle it. It'll be arbitration. They'll settle it. He'll get a good portion though. 70% of it, probably.
He'll get Zach LaVine money.
Yeah. I mean, and the people I met that they were like his family, like they were cool. They were from. You could tell they were from like the South, You know what I mean? Drizzy, they wasn't used to being around a lot of black people, but that didn't make them. I didn't feel like they were racist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they just used to kissing his sister.
Yeah, that's all. But I think, I feel like they need to be a little bit more deferential because these people's careers, their whole livelihood, people have families and stuff, bro.
Yeah.
I think they shouldn't, the same deference they were using for that Giddy, they should be using for everybody, especially if you can't name the accuser.
Yeah.
Because, bro, I can go out on Figueroa out here on the track,
Get your handy J.
No, I'm saying I can hire a few of them. You know what I'm saying? To hang out at clubs where known athletes are. You know what I'm saying? And then become accusers. And if you're going to sit here and say, well, we're not going to tell you who they are, and we're not going to, you know what I mean? We're not going to attack the accusers. And if I'm accusing Drizzy, and Drizzy says, well, 14 out of the 16 accusers literally work on Figueroa or Washington. You know what I mean? They literally on the track. That's sex workers.
Yeah, it makes a difference. Yeah.
Yes. I think the thing that saved Josh Giddey for the most part was a state law. A state law. That's what I think saved him.
I saved him because he's white.
Yeah. Well,
because a state law doesn't get around the moral part of it.
I just saw a video.
Publicly, he could have got ridiculed more.
Yeah, he could have got shamed more. That's what I'm saying, and canceled. Go ahead, Ace.
I just saw a video of just a lot of famous people and the ages of the young ladies that they fraternize with. I meant to send it to you. The Elvises and the Diddy's and the Jay-Z's and the all these famous people,
rock stars.
Yeah, that they that the majority of the young ladies that they were associated with were between 14 and not even 18, 14 and 16 years old. And there was been no problem through the history of the world of who they were associating with. Yeah.
And them showing up at every nightclub with the fake IDs and everybody knowing their IDs are fake and letting them in. They should show up to the cop house. It's like, get y'all ass out of here. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't in this campus. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't go to parking and but they come in there with all the makeup on and it's been going on for years,
willing to do whatever they were willing to do just to, have a good time that night.
But they shouldn't be taken advantage of, by older people.
Yeah, but in the Bauer case, he's saying that isn't what it was.
No, they were about it. It was all volunteer, yes. And that's what R. Kelly said too in the second time. Well, all the stuff that they said was going on in Georgia. He
should be out now.
Yeah, he said they were all consenting adults, and this was, and they said, well, and then the feds and states claimed that they were sex slaves, and he was keeping them against their will. Like, anybody's girl or wife could call and say, yeah, he won't let me leave the house.
Yeah, we're going back to OJ. I mean, it's the same thing as far as the OJ situation when they had a chance to get him in front of a jury and in a courtroom that there was pretty much no way that he wasn't going to be convicted of whatever crime he was brought up against. So OJ, whatever he did in Las Vegas, he was the only one in the room without a gun. And R. Kelly, the fact that he was brought up on a sex crime, no matter how many years that y'all trying to articulate that this RICO case covers, that he was going to be convicted. And, and Diddy, once they get his ass in court and bring him up on these charges, there's pretty much no way that he's not going to be able to get away from the charges because of XYZ history. So
yeah, and how much money they put into it.
What you're talking about, they both had second chances. So OJ gets off. R. Kelly beat that first case that he had.
OJ was innocent.
OJ was in it. He was acquitted.
That's right.
But then you go and put yourself in a position where they can get you. So
his friends
R. Kelly kept doing.
OJ was set up.
What got him tried in the first place?
OJ.
No. R. Kelly said he was not messing around. He went on that Oprah's Friends show and went on a rant, and they made him look like he was crazy. He said y'all Gail. He said y'all killing me, Gail. He said y'all killing me. If you listen to what he's saying and take away all the bullshit, he said after that first shit, he's like, you think I'm stupid? And they used all that against him because
he was stupid because it was chicks that he was meeting.
No. Listen to what he said. He said after the first investigations, whatever, all the others, he said he can assure you everybody was above 18. And so the case was holding people against his will. It was the 25-year-old lady's parents' family showing up to his mansion saying he's not feeding her and stuff like that.
But none
of that happened.
And he wasn't even in Illinois anymore.
Right.
He was down south in Georgia.
What I'm saying is,
when the age of consent was probably 16,
he started putting it. It was even like the girl he was talking to when he was going to trial on that first case that he beat. Right, he was talking to a girl. He was like, oh yeah, I remember you from out there at my case. Man, I'm trying to tell you, I ain't saying that. However the age was of the chicks, I'm saying you start putting yourself back in a position where they could try to come and get you later on something else. Same way OJ put himself in a position going there trying to rouse for stuff that, it was yours, but you don't own it no more. It belonged to the Goldmans. So why are you even there trying to get it back?
And there's laws against entrapment in this country for a reason.
Yes. And that's what I'm saying.
And we're also talking about two maybe functionally illiterate people.
Yeah, and we're talking about a government who's been known to entrap black men of power in multiple ways, send honeypots, not just black men, white men too, people of power. It's called entrapment, and the founders of the country were against it. It's against the law. Now you can say these people are stupid to fall for it. I get you 100%. You're right. I agree, but it's entrapment, bro. You set up a scenario where they got your stuff. You know what I'm saying? You set up a scenario where you say, let's kidnap his daughter. You set up that scenario, and instead of calling the police, I know where your daughter is, let's go get her. You know what I mean? Like, that's entrapment.
But it wasn't his stuff no more. He knew it wasn't his stuff. You lost it in that civil suit.
But lost it. But if he's innocent, if he never killed anybody, and that civil suit they stole it from him. I agree with what you're saying. Legally, he lost it. But if he's innocent, and if it's in the mind he's innocent, that's all his stuff.
Not in a civil trial, he wasn't innocent. It's two separate things.
I understand.
One is right. So it's not yours, but you go in there to try to strong arm him.
But if he didn't murder the lady, if he didn't murder Nicole. Right? If he's innocent and now he's paying hundreds of millions of dollars and he's losing all this stuff, how would you feel about that, Diesel? Fuck, it's a difference. It's preponderance of the evidence. If you know that you're innocent and they taking all your money and your comics and your memorabilia and you get a chance to get something back, you might be like, fuck the government. This is awesome.
But I don't believe he was innocent.
I know you don't, but I'm saying if though. Okay. He might be innocent.
Even if that the Goldmans got this lien against whatever you get. So why go try to get it back? And that it's going to end up, it's like just not going to be a good situation. It's not. It's not.
They're mentally incapacitated.
So the Goldmans were selling the stuff in Las Vegas?
No, the Goldmans have a lien on anything that he had to pay that $30-something million debt.
But you're saying the stuff wasn't his anymore. So it should have been the Goldmans that were selling that stuff. Were they selling that stuff?
No, I don't believe they were selling it.
So whoever had it stole it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And they're entrapping people. That's all I'm trying to say.
No. Once they want to hit you, they're going to entrap. People who had that stuff have purchased that stuff. I believe they had purchased it.
Let me ask you guys a question, because the self-love show we're covering. Who should definitely be included on the foundational copper American Mount Rushmore? You guys, there's a poll on the channel in the community. You guys can answer it. The options are Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman, Barack Obama, and Nat Turner. Just out of those, who would you definitely 100% include? Who would y'all say? off top. I said Malcolm.
Well, my vote on the poll was Malcolm X.
You voted good. Appreciate you. What about you, Diesel? Who would you vote in that scenario?
As far as what? What's the?
So you know the Mount Rushmore is like the white version of it, Washington, Jefferson. If we had a black version of it, right? We got our
four people.
yeah.
Like is
Just
it
name
four
one
Mount
though
Rushmore?
out of this
Oh,
list.
just one.
Yes, it's a list. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman, Barack Obama, or Nat Turner. If you had to choose one of them, and they said, you know, make sure this one would definitely be on it. Which one would you pick? Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman, who Brother Wordsmith says it doesn't exist, Barack Obama, and Nat Turner, I think they believe don't exist too at this point.
Well, I'll try to pick somebody different. Come back to me on that one. I'm gonna try to pick somebody different than other than Malcolm or Martin. I'll try to give a different name.
Well, it's on the community then. You can always click it on the poll too. You know what I mean? But we're just wondering because the show we're doing, bro, we're gonna decide, you know, who should be on it. Like, are we talking Michael Jackson, Prince? Are we talking athletes? Some people were saying Barack Obama, and then you say Obama, people argue, and I'm like, well, white people got Washington on there. He wasn't perfect. He was their first president. Obama's our first president. You know, you start wondering.
I wouldn't put Michael Jackson wouldn't be on there. I'm gonna pick somebody before him. There was a bigger influence to trickle down. So somebody like Barry Gordy. Barry Gordy. I pick somebody like that.
He was a gangster.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Man, that what he did for music for black folks in particular.
I'm not putting any entertainers or any of that shit on this mountain.
I'm saying if you're gonna talk
you're
about
gonna be tap dancing
and
corner, and you might as well put Uncle Ruckus on there.
Well, then if you're gonna talk about putting Michael Jackson, I put Barry Gordy before I put him.
No, I hear you. I'm just saying I brought that up because you know some people. I mean, he is a giant. I hear you. You know, I don't know. Do we have entertainers? Do we have like? You know, what is it? You know, for me.
So who's all on that? It's just political presidents on Mount Rushmore.
This list, I didn't add any athletes. This is just, I might do another poll and put some other ones on there, but this is just what I thought. But I should have put but there's comments. People could go in and comment, you know, who they think if it's not listed. But, you know, this is just a
Tupac?
Yeah, Tupac, Biggie. Like, where's it stop?
No, put one of the who was the Pan-Africanist from back in that time?
Marcus Garvey.
Marcus Garvey.
Yeah. Marcus Garvey.
Garvey would be up there.
Yeah. I mean, you got a bunch of people. George Washington Carver. You know, you got to start talking about. You know, and some of the people started colleges and stuff like that. Like
DuSable.
Yeah, I be asking black people and they don't even be knowing the history. Yeah. I'm like, you can't think of one fucking person. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll be like, you can't, man, bro. Man, we're dying out here, man.
Man, you can literally go through the names of some of these high schools and grammar schools. And
sure can. But a lot of them are named after white folks. But you're right, though.
Some of them are, but there's a lot that are named after prominent black folks who've done stuff.
Jackie Robinson.
That's one. So if it is an athlete, maybe you Jackie Robinson, Muhammad Ali, those might be solid guests. Those because of
their stuff went over.
It's politics.
Over the sport. It was more than just the sport that they were participating.
Yeah, we're going to get all Spolitic Mountain too, Ace. We got to have all Spolitic Mountain.
You know what I mean? That'd be groovy.
You know what I mean? That'd be hard too. Jim Brown, my man on the Celtics who just passed.
Lou Alcindor. Man, all of that stuff.
That's not his name.
Yeah. Walter Payton, even though he wasn't big in politics, he was probably one of the greatest human beings to ever walk the face of the earth, from what I hear from everybody who's met him. One of the greatest people to ever walk on earth.
And he should have been on Saturday Night Live throughout his lifetime because he had a true comedy side to him.
And Jesus Shuttlesworth.
And Walter Payton should have ran on the field, even though Dicker had him off the field for that play and got himself a touchdown. According to you, what Russell Wilson should have done, called audibles. Walter Payton should have ran on the field himself and had the 12th man. Yep, and told the other guy to get out of here, and told Dicker and everybody, screw you guys, even though that goes against his makeup and his character and how he's raised as a human being to follow orders.
You could put Spike Lee up there before.
Now you went too far.
Before a lot of people. I said before a lot of people. I didn't say I would say some of the people we name in sports people, and Spike Lee could go up there before.
Right, but then there's Black Panthers that could be listed.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
All of them, all of those cats to sacrifice.
Then we got to have our all gangster Mount Rushmore. You know what I mean? Larry Hoover,
Big Meech,
Jeff Ford, Big Meech. Yeah. What's his name? Fluky Stokes. You know, we had
Fluky.
Oh, they're gonna go crazy on that pole.
No, not Fluky.
Walter Wheat, Barksdale, all of those guys.
Bishop Down.
Tookie. Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Raymond Washington.
That'll be a tough one. I say you got to have at least one from Chi, one from New York, two from Chi, one from New York, and one from LA. That's it. That's how it's going. I think that's how it's going to break down.
Frank Lucas, Bobby Johnson.
Yeah. Larry Hoover, Jeff Ford, Bumpy Johnson, and somebody on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, that'd be a hell of a mountain, boy. But Diesel, go ahead and give me your final words, bro, and then we can close it out.
So actually I was just looking at what he did. It was basically robbery. He was trying to steal, and I'm talking about OJ, he was trying to steal back memorabilia that was being sold. These were memorabilia dealers who were selling these items, and I believe they might have been selling.
They might have been selling them on behalf of Goldman.
For the Goldmans.
Yeah, they were. The money was going to go to the Goldmans. Yeah,
and
allegedly,
and he just went and wanted to, strong arm take it back. But like I said, just don't put yourself in them positions, man.
I agree.
You got over. You got over on that initial case. So
allegedly.
everything you needed to do going forward was.
But it's funny how you can say people like Justin Fields, who graduated major universities with all A's damn near, are dumb. And then these guys who were on the short bus have responsibility for making smart decisions, like R. Kelly, who was on the short bus, and this guy here, who we all know was mentally slow and probably had CTE. But go ahead.
Now we never called Justin Fields dumb, so I don't know where you get that from.
Not dumb, but
you said he was on the spectrum.
Yeah, he wasn't matriculating 100% the way everybody could matriculate.
Just looking at things other than how regular folks.
He's looking at wide open receivers, according to you, and choosing not to throw the ball. No, you don't. It's your
That's because he was on the spectrum.
Yeah, that's something. He might have been going through the same things as a kid, as Milz chasing that kid at his school that they eventually jumped him. Before he got out of school for harassment. Bullying.
Oh, you talking about the slow kids?
Yeah.
The slow kids said, Ray, they backdoored.
They got him. It was like, okay.
Bro, they was probably like 15. They was old as hell, too. And they gave me a pass. They was gang members, bro. Because I think, bro, they looked at me as a civilian. I think somebody told them, don't fuck with them smart kids. Seriously, don't touch them because we're going to put your ass in jail and send you out. I think so. But, bro, they caught me coming back from lunch. Oh, man, in 8th grade, about a week before graduation, roughed me up good, but not too bad. You know what I mean? It was respectful.
And I had it coming. Business.
Hey, I told him, and it taught me a lesson. I told him, I said, I had it coming. So it taught me, don't be going to the projects and to the low end talking shit. You know what I mean? Niggas will fuck you up. It was a good lesson. These motherfuckers will jump on you and fuck you up. Boy, I didn't think, Ace, I didn't think they had the mental capacity to get a posse together and the weight, because these are I was always with all the guys. You know what I'm saying? And to be smart enough, he's alone. I'm like, God damn, they got me.
Yeah, they figured this one out, huh?
Yeah, they got me. It was probably some sort of tradition too. I don't know. Oh, shit.
But
and we didn't even clap back either, Diesel. I could have got a posse together.
You didn't need to. It's like you like.
I had it coming.
You had it coming. And it was probably somewhat funny to you. Like, man, I can't.
It was, bro. It was. It was like the Special Olympics beating your ass, bro. It was kind of funny. You know what I mean? The fact that I got caught back because they said something that it worked. I'm like, shit, they smarter than me.
Here we are, 9 Milz.
Yeah, what you say? That. You know what I mean? Then the foreman ran up on me.
No, so closing, all I'm gonna say is looking forward to the draft next week. Looking forward to this draft.
Yeah, we might do a draft show. We'll see. Let's see if we can work out.
See
I'll be glad when this shit is over.
I will too.
Show. Yeah, but it came quick. Kind of came up on us quick because it kind of
sick of seeing Ryan Poles, sick of hearing his smug responses, just sick of him being the smartest guy in the room.
Yeah, so looking forward to this draft. I think it's only the first round on day one.
Yeah, it is.
But I know they were trying to include the second round too.
I think they do
on,
2 and 3 day 2.
Yeah, I know that's how it's always been.
Yeah.
I if I recall right, they were trying to change it a little bit.
Maybe they have. Yeah, maybe.
But I don't know. I don't know for sure. But
well, either way, we're only going to do the first round because we don't even have a second round pick as it stands.
No interest.
Right. We don't. Right. So that's why I want that 9 pick to get traded. So we will.
But why, bro? You already got the lineman with our second pick. Everybody keeps talking, you need to get another. We got the lineman. That's what we did with our second round pick. It's not like Claypool who ain't there no more. We got a player.
No, but I want more. I feel that there's enough really good players in this draft where outside of that 9, you can still get a late first rounder.
Can you get a Hall of Famer?
I don't know.
Well, I guess you can. Shit. Pat Mahomes was a team.
You can get the Hall of Famer in the second round.
In the 6th. Brady.
Yeah. You can get him in any round. So, yeah. But I think 5 picks is, that's a little short. So that second pick that you got in the first round can stretch you out where you can get, instead of 5 picks total, you can have 7 or 8. So. Yeah,
shore up your depth is if nothing else. Yeah, make you a deeper team.
Depth matters because of injuries are gonna happen.
Absolutely.
So you want depth. You want a fourth and fifth receiver that can come in when.
So when you say next man up, it ain't a next bum up. It's like when the Patriots were saying it, they had an actual player who could fucking play.
Yes. That's why because we know we got good starters. As far as the position players, right?
Yeah, we had that with the quarterback.
But what's the odds that Keenan Allen goes the whole season without missing a game?
He never misses a game. Knock on wood, you know how it is when the Bears get him, but this guy's Mr. Reliable, Diesel.
He is, but I know he missed some games last year.
And still had his career. Yeah, he's getting No, but I hear you.
So only thing I'm saying is, have a viable backup that can come in and play when these guys are, when they might miss a game or So yeah,
you grab Ozunze, he better be starting. At that point, you got some decisions to make with a 2 tight end system.
Yeah, we got Taylor.
Now you got to care about people's feelings. Since you cared about the quarterback's feelings.
We got Everett.
You got Velus Jones at the
you got Velus. You got to give Velus some looks.
Hey, if he's proving himself,
I thought Diesel was low on Velus. You see that?
No, I don't really.
Still on the roster.
He was kick returning, right? Primarily.
Yeah.
That's all he can do.
Well, with the new kickoff rules, it is going to be important.
That's right.
Yeah.
So if he can't do nothing else, we can find us a late round pick to get a kick return.
He's still on the team.
With the new kickoff rules, I'll bring Devin Hester back.
Nah, he ain't coming in. He's going to the Hall.
Fuck the Hall of Fame. I'll bring him back.
Yeah, he ain't coming. Ain't nobody about to re-sign him.
The Bears would.
Hey, we got to check out a Wembanyama game, man. That kid's box office.
Wish he could have made the playoffs, and we could have seen him.
Be ready for the sky. Check out the sky.
Yeah, they picked up your girl Angel Reese. Have y'all seen her?
We got Camilla too.
They basically got Twin Towers. That's what they got. The Twin Towers.
Is she gonna start?
Yeah,
both of them gonna start probably.
But didn't the Sky? I thought the Sky was good. Didn't y'all win a chip like last year or the year before?
We were good until we got rid of our players. We got rid of the guard Vandersloot, I think. We got rid of Parker.
Go? Lakers. I mean, they came to LA.
Different teams.
Yeah.
The team ain't the same. The team ain't the same.
Paying for 1 year. Yeah.
Did y'all hear it? We're going to have to cover this, man. They're putting together some nice packages for old girl out of Iowa. Yeah. So the league is, you know what I mean? They put it together where these certain players won't have to go overseas to these shithole countries in the offseason.
Yeah. and bring
Man,
back
listen, if women watch the WNBA, they'll make more
Look
money.
at he's victim blaming. He's gonna blame the women. He's
I'm
blaming the
blaming women.
accusers.
I'm blaming the primary blame for their lack of money is women not watching that sport. If they did, there's way more women than men in this world, in this country. If they watched it like they
like they watch other stuff,
they would be making money because it'd be so much revenue that's coming in from what they're viewing. The ad sponsorships are going up.
What'd you say, Diesel? At minimum, a woman could be like, instead of saying, let's go check out the NBA game, at minimum, they could be like, let's go see a WNBA game and drag their man to a WNBA game.
If they're watching it,
even they ain't watching,
man gonna start watching it.
The Housewives of Atlanta, they can watch the Chicago Sky.
Right.
The little girl, the baby girl, your sister, your niece, they might be playing. You want to go see them play, they might be watching the game. Hey, uncle, hey, daddy, hey, come watch.
Another thing the league could do, concessions should be 70% off at the WNBA game. So you can get to the games early and, beer up. Yeah. Pre-game before the game.
Do some
cocktails.
Do some, what's his name? What's it, Arthur Blank, Atlanta Falcons owner?
Yeah, that's him.
Do what he does, man. He makes sure you cannot raise them concession prices. They got the cheapest prices in football, but they say some of the best food. Because he's like, I'm not doing that to the fans.
And you know why?
Raise those prices.
He's catering to his demographic, and his demographic is some sort of coppers. ATL. They see, that's what smart business people do. And somehow the White Sox, and that's why they're losing, and that's why nobody's at the games, because they won't have their team fit the demographic so that a guy like Ace could say, let me bring my kids to the game, and they can see some little, Ray-Rays and Pookies run around and get
Dollar Dog Thursdays. Go out
stuff like that, and you got some colors out there.
They
even said with the Cubs back in the day, they had colors.
At the Cubs game for a hot dog, $9.
Bro, that's cheap. Y'all been in Chicago too long.
I had some free tickets the other night. Dude said he was tired. He didn't want to go.
To see who, the Sox?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'll have to go when they're playing another team that I might want to see.
Or a player. They got a prospect you want to see. Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm not. I'm just, man, they got me mad, upset.
I think if y'all got Bauer, that'll create a little buzz, man.
It would create a buzz, but
on the north side,
it ain't gonna help them score runs.
On the south side, they love him, man. We love him on the south side, boy. Shit, they love. I mean, on the north side, they love Bauer and Wrigleyville, boy. Yeah, they love him.
I don't know what's taking so long to make the deal. I mean, you always need pitching.
Facts.
You do always need pitching. I'd pass on him.
And the stuff you don't like about him is what makes him ace pitcher.
A north sider.
Yeah. That tough grit. That's what made him tough. You know what I mean? But wrap up your final words, Diesel, and then Ace is on you.
That's it. I'm just looking forward to the draft next week. See what happens. NBA playoffs. I hope the Lakers lose the second game. Hope they lose game 2. That's pretty much it. Cubs is rolling, winning as usual.
Why do you hope the Lakers lose? Are you rooting against LeBron or the Lakers?
I don't like LeBron. Don't care for AD.
And I don't like the narrative. I don't like the narrative that everybody needs to play in LA and LA. I don't
like all of that. No.
Yeah. All they talk about is LA.
It's almost like they're always trying to rent or buy a team as opposed to natural
develop.
Yes.
I can't wait till Bronny gets there.
Think about all of the players that they had on that team. There's other places now that are really good players. Brandon Ingram was on that team.
Yes.
Julius Randle was on that team. All these players, man. It's like they always trying to, let's get something else to fix up, get something else. Even D'Angelo
the Bulls
Russell
have Julius Randle
was gone from there.
Yeah, no interest.
Didn't we draft him? We drafted him.
Did we get Julius Randle?
I think they got him in a trade.
We got him in a trade. Yeah, we got him in a trade. We drafted Porter. The Bulls had some good players too. We always get rid of our good guys too. Marketing, balling. We give up on them for nonsense.
No interest in the guy from New York.
Brunson.
Brunson, no interest.
Balling. Balling.
Steady. Now,
but we were waiting on Ball to come back, though. That's what it was. They were waiting on Ball.
But see, Brunson can play 2 guard. He's
Ball was coming back.
He's a point, but he can actually. He's kind of one of them tweeners because he can score,
like a Ben Gordon type.
Yeah, you could put him. You could put him in the 2 spot. So he's versatile like that. Because remember, even in Dallas, Luka was handling the ball a lot when he was on that team. So he could. Man, the Bulls could have definitely.
But you remember Dallas started losing when they got rid of him.
Yeah. Remember, he carried them in the playoffs without Luka. Yeah. Brunson was going off. Like, good God.
And what they should have done was left Brunson at the 1. And since Luka's so tall, they had Luka playing the tweener 2 position. And then, and I would have kept Brunson. And what happened was the owner hedged his bets and bet on himself and didn't want to pay Brunson what he was asking. You know what I mean?
Nah, he tried to. I think he offered him something, but it wasn't close to what he could get on the market.
Right.
Bulls could have drafted him. They had his dad as a player, and he knew he had lineage, and he won 2 championships in college. What else did you need?
We don't like legacy. We don't. You could tell somebody this is Ben Wilson's son, and he led the state in everything. You know what I mean? And we would be the last team to take a flyer on him, the last team to put him in our G League. You know what I mean? If he didn't, we just don't do stuff.
I was actually shocked when we took Derrick Rose that year. I was shocked.
Remember, they kept flirting with the other guy.
The Beasley,
Mike Beasley.
Yeah, with the tattoos. They were flirting with him. They were close. They were, up to the
need for the point guard was so strong that they was like, let's just go ahead with this. Because they showed us. I was shocked.
Man, the city of Chicago would have went crazy if they didn't take Derrick Rose, and I think they knew that. They took some sort of poll, and they was like, these motherfuckers talking about burning down the city if y'all take Michael Beasley over this guy, man. Like, what the fuck wrong with y'all? We've had enough of this. They're going to come down and burn this whole stadium down. Beasley. You got Derrick Rose right here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, out here in L.A., I tell people I'm from Chi, man, they love Rose. Like, he's to them what Allen Iverson was to us, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? He represents.
He was a
underdog.
The star power, like in terms of the team, like Michael Beasley, pretty good player, right? Pretty good player. No,
but he had issues.
And Derrick Rose.
Player. He was the voice of the street. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. The disenfranchised, they loved him, bro. It was the same time that drill culture was. And he was right there and all that, man. They knew he was from where they was from. He didn't talk all eloquently. You know what I'm saying? And he had a story. Yeah, and they all was pulling for his success, bro.
Yeah.
But even better than that, he had manners. I'll never forget when they used to interview him and everything. He was, and this is like his first few years in the league. He was, yes, sir, no, sir, thank you, yes, ma'am, no, man.
He couldn't really talk.
Yeah.
But he had manners. Manners go a long way.
You're talking about the humility.
Yes.
And he had respect for the game, the veterans, and he wasn't making friends with everybody. That's what I loved about him. He wasn't part of the old boy system in the league. He didn't like LeBron like that. He wanted to beat LeBron.
Wanted to beat him. Wanted to beat that whole Heat. The whole Bulls team wanted to beat them. That Heat team with all them stars.
We weren't friends. Go ahead, Ace.
I got a video about the Derrick Rose flu that players used to get when he was coming to town. You know, players would get sick.
I forgot about that. They didn't want none of that shit.
They didn't want no smoke with Derrick Rose because they knew what was going to happen that night.
And you remember how he used to just yam on people before he blew his knees out? I'm talking about he just bounced up 2 hands like he was in high school. He was a man amongst boys, bro. And I remember my brother telling me how cold he was going to be in the league. I have to admit, because I watched him in college, and I couldn't see. I couldn't even see like with Russell Westbrook, you know, and they'd be like, well, the college game. I'm like, yeah, but I just get like Michael Jordan. I saw it. He was playing the same college game. I saw it. I was like, this, but I couldn't see it in guys like Russell Westbrook, Derrick Rose. I was like, okay, he'll be a starting NBA guard, but I did not see MVP.
Listen, I didn't see him being able to. You got to understand, at Simeon, I used to watch those games. he was controlling the game by
Did you ever see him go to a class? But go ahead.
He was never like scoring a whole lot. He was passing like to his teammates like all the time. So I was like, man, he gonna come into the NBA. I was like, man, he gonna average like 13, 14 assists.
And he was doing that in college. He was doing that in college.
He only played that 1 year.
Yeah, but he was distributing. He only averaged 13, 14.
Yeah, and I was like, he's gonna come in the NBA. Watch, they had no idea what his game is. Man, all of a sudden that fool started scoring. I was like, God damn.
You know why? Because the floor is wide open, man, and they ain't trying to run around in the NBA.
They had turned it into the Euro game, and the Euro game with Derrick Rose running around.
Man.
It was.
I see what you're saying. Without the big bully down there to tackle him when he coming in. Yeah.
And I was looking at
damning on the ass.
What's some dudes that we drafted
came
right
up watching
around
Jordan.
the
That's
same
why
time
he done.
as him. Tyrus Thomas. Man, he never developed.
Never
developed into nothing.
Was he got a proviso or something?
No, he was from LSU, I think.
Yeah. They traded LaMarcus Aldridge rights for Tyrus Thomas.
Yes, I do remember that.
And we could have had LaMarcus Aldridge running around with Derrick Rose out there.
And then we gave up on Tyrus Thomas when he still had a little bit left in the tank, though.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, but it was a wrap because he never developed to go up another notch from what he did his first couple of years. I thought he was going to be like, man, some type of more, leaner version of Horace Grant, kind of like that. But he never really just didn't develop it,
He was coaching.
And Ace, before you do your final words, I forgot to ask y'all. Y'all mentioned Bronny a couple times. Where do you think he's going to get drafted?
He's in the portal.
Yeah, he went to both. He declared for the draft, and he's in the portal.
He's going back to college.
He ain't ready. He ain't ready for the league.
You think if LeBron goes to Genie Bus and says, hey, look, I'm going to retire this year unless you draft my son in the second round.
Oh, no. Mm-hmm. He can call a shot.
That's what I'm saying.
LeBron got that power to say, hey,
take a flyer on my son in the second round.
To take him or a free agent, whatever.
I'm going to another team.
G League.
Yeah, the Chicago Bulls no, not G League. LeBron wants to play with his son. He's not
G League, and from what I hear, the G League is pretty much being dissolved because of them NIL deals. The NILs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're saying that it's starting to affect where players who would go to the G League and
they
stuff.
too rich.
They
got work to do.
They can stay in college now and make money as opposed to don't want to do the work.
That's fine. Stay in college.
They get better and get stronger.
The G League it's kind of on its way down from what I was reading. It's like,
but
not going to be around.
Wembanyama played in the NBA Summer League. Well, you're talking about the G League, right? Well, anyway, he's going to the league. Look, they're gonna any team. It would be a smart move, like for the Bulls. They say, hey, look, LeBron. We're going to draft dude in the second round, but the problem is you don't know if somebody's going to get him beforehand. So what has to happen is LeBron's got to just say, I'm not re-signing. I'm a free agent. And then he's got to see if a team's going to take a chance to say, let me take his son.
I don't want him.
The Bulls take him.
I don't want him.
I'll take him and Bronny.
No.
I'll take him and Bronny.
Nah, I don't want him.
You wouldn't rather have LeBron than DeMar DeRozan?
No.
Oh, my God.
No.
And they're calling LeBron the GOAT. Do y'all hear this, America?
No, I don't want him.
You'd rather have DeMar DeRozan re-signed than LeBron James and Bronny.
Man, still mindset trying to beat him as opposed to
get Bryce.
Have him. I don't want him. No. It's not that he ain't.
With a chance to get Bryce. I forgot about that caveat, Ace. Bryce, they said Bryce supposed to be nice. Hey, look at that. Hey, I should quote that.
Bryce who?
Bryce James. He's got a younger son that's supposed to be.
How much time before he becomes?
Don't matter.
No, but it does matter. But that's a good point. I don't think LeBron's going to be able to play with Bryce.
Well, no, LeBron, but I'm talking about. But Bronny will be here.
I see your point, and then it's a whole funnel. It's a whole feeder system. Yeah,
you ain't gonna, man.
The James family.
If that other kid is better than this guy.
They say he's way better. They say
then you ain't gonna get him anywhere because it depends, the draft.
right,
Whenever he's coming out,
they're gonna be like, "Fuck Brian,
yeah.
fuck his daddy." At that point, huh? Yeah, I see your point. If you said if he's a lottery pick, at that point, LeBron's gonna have to be like, "I'm 12th man to play with him." Yeah, I see what you're saying. And that could be like that. LeBron, Ace, you could be the 12th man with your son. That could work. That could work.
I don't want him. He's part of the. I'm talking about LeBron because he's part of the reason that he screwed up when we had. We remember we were gonna get D Wade. Remember they were coming to Chicago before they did that
put the
thing
kibosh on that. Don't blame LeBron. That was D
Legendary.
Wade who put the kibosh on it. And D Wade was saying, "Oh, Chicago didn't take care of Pippen, and oh, Chicago don't take care of their players." That was D Wade, little goofy ass wanted to stay in Miami.
But LeBron controlled his own destiny, and wherever he was going, Bosh was going. He could have easily came to Chicago with Derrick Rose,
and then D Wade probably would have came too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you said I see what you're saying. Oh my God.
Yeah. D Wade could have wears
and I tell you what. And I tell you what,
shirts in Chicago.
Had LeBron done that and came here and won 3 chips with D Rose, he'd be legitimately possibly in the GOAT conversation.
Yeah.
That's right. The Chicago people were legitimately. You're right. Give it to
you did it on the court that Michael Jordan built.
That's right. We'd have seen.
Now, if
Derrick Rose was getting MVPs though,
if Derrick was getting MVPs
though, he wouldn't have been in the GOAT conversation. Derrick might have been getting those MVPs.
Even better than that, they'd have had more longevity because most of those Bulls players were young. D Wade was on his last line of the NBA. But he was on the other half, of the other side.
Not when he was with LeBron.
But
no, he was already at his peak before LeBron and them got there. He started heading, he started heading toward the other side of his career.
If LeBron
was ascending,
but if LeBron thought Derrick Rose was just going to be standing in the corner and shooting spot ups, you know what I mean, like he does the other players. LeBron
Rose would have been playing as good as fucking Kyrie Irving when he was playing.
I'd have ran it through more. I'd have ran it through Rose. LeBron would have been off the ball the whole season.
Yeah, and you could alternate when one go out the game.
Yeah,
now
you can run
one in.
Yeah,
and you would have had Bosh.
That team would have won. That team would have won at least 3 chips.
LeBron would have had to take 23 out of the rafters.
Joakim Noah, Ben Gordon.
No. See, I just keep talking about taking 23 out the raft. He keeps talking about giving people Jordan's jersey, man. I don't know what his problem is. Ace, we got to get you checked out, man. I'm gonna call your wife and tell her we gotta get his marbles checked out. Yeah, this guy's out here sounding like Joe Biden. Second time. I mean, come on, man. What did Jordan do? Jordan, win you 6 chips, man.
Jordan's gone.
You're talking about bringing Jordan's numbers out the rafters for people.
I'm just talking about that was LeBron's number. So he would maybe with his narcissistic type of mentality, that would have been one of his conditions.
I'm not bringing my talents here unless y'all bring his number out the rafters. He'd been done something just like that. Oh, that would have been something to talk about on sports radio. The meatheads would have went crazy.
Like, fuck.
Oh, the meatheads would have went crazy. I still would have wanted him to come in town, but I'd have been like, you can't have that jersey, man.
Yeah. You gotta go back to the 6.
You got to go back to the 6, bro.
Yeah.
We give you 33. I'd have been pimping jersey, pimping Pip's jersey. You can have 33 though. You want 33? You know what I mean?
Anybody want to come in? You can have 30.
Anybody. You can have 33. You know what I mean? All right, but yeah, great combo. All right, Ace, give me your the final words.
Yeah, my final words is far. Trevor Bauer, send him to the north side. And if he wants to come to the south side, I don't know if this is the year because the White Sox are contending for anything. But as far as playing baseball in Chicago, you took Cody Bellinger. We gave him his contract. But for the Cubs, who are definitely going to contend, at least for maybe the division as well as a wild card spot, pitching is a premium. And if you got a guy that, you can bring in and work him in your farm system and get him going for the second half of the season to pitch maybe into your playoffs. It's something you got to look at. There's, the guy, he's a stud as a starting pitcher. Or if you want to bring him out of your middle relief or bullpen, there's no way that a pitcher of this caliber that's available, no matter what his previous circumstances were, that you can't look at it, bring him into your ball club. So um, that and the damn, I'm gonna say it again. If your handyman is a serial killer and proven and put on death row, how the hell are your defense attorneys years later, years later, not saying that he is a viable uh, possibility for the murder of Nicole and Ron Gold? He's a serial killer. If he didn't kill Nicole and Ron, if there was somebody
who
else
killed
there,
white women. He only killed white women.
He killed white blonde women.
Well, Diesel said they were redheads.
Well, whatever the hell they were, he killed white women. He had no history of killing any fruit pops, but he killed white women, and he went on. They say he might have killed up to 70 women or 70 people.
The handyman too, bro. That's almost as cliche as the butler did it. You know what I mean?
There's no discernment between a red-haired brunette and a blonde when you're killing over 70 people.
Hey, it's the transient identity stealing handyman who, when I say he has because every serial killer, they have a demographic. Diesel says, well, he killed a man. Well, he killed that man because he was stealing the identity.
Right.
Go ahead. You know what I mean? And
yeah. So to sit on the point that there was no possibility that he was involved in this particular horrific murder just because he normally killed redheads instead of blondes.
And he killed a man whose identity he stole before he got there.
Yeah, come on.
And he couldn't have planted the blood all over the place?
He could have planted the blood. He could have planted the glove. Because OJ was gone. OJ was in Chicago.
Diesel said the white folks said don't believe he did it too because he didn't wear gloves when he did killings too. Remember, that's why the white folks still want to believe OJ, because they said a serial killer didn't wear. This shit is comical, but go ahead, bro.
Yeah, maybe OJ left his gloves at the house, and then one day when he was doing handiwork or cleaning up or fixing something, he was like, "Hey, these are
nice
OJ
gloves."
Yeah. Or nice gloves. There's no telling who gloves they were.
Well, OJ couldn't fit the gloves, so they were probably somebody else in the house gloves.
Yeah. It might have been the Sadi guy that was
Kato Kalin.
Kato Kalin might have been the guy that was friends with Princess Diana. It could have been any damn body.
Like they literally could have had everybody in the courtroom try the gloves on, and so even if they fit, does that mean they did it?
Yeah, absolutely not. So, back to Trevor Bauer. Get him in Chicago, South Side, North Side, more specifically. The serial killer, there's no way he can be ruled out as not a suspect.
He was cleared right away. The white, dirty, transient identity murderer, we cleared him. He couldn't.
Yeah.
He said he was at work.
Yeah, he said he was at work killing somebody else at another house in Brentwood.
At another property he was the handyman on.
I mean, come on, man. So that's my final word. The Bulls are what we said they were, a playoff team that wouldn't advance past the playoff round.
The play-in team. That's not the playoffs. They made the play-in. It's called the play-out. They're a play-out team.
Don't they call it the playoffs now? Is the participation trophy playoff play-in? No,
it's a play-in. You got people using a misnomer, but no. It's the playoffs are the playoffs. The play-in is the play-in.
But
So we're not a playoff team. We're a play-in team.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Even in baseball, they give you the hoodies and we're in the playoffs, even though they're
Because
playing
baseball,
in.
yeah, baseball. It's. I can well go ahead. I can guarantee you, bro. It's the play-in. It's not the playoffs don't start yet. The playoffs don't start. That's the play-in to determine who makes the playoffs.
But
The playoffs don't start until you finish the play-in.
You're saying this is not the participation trophy era where if you make it to the play-in, you're not in the playoffs.
No, you haven't done shit. Right.
Well, I understand that, but this is the era that if you make it to the play-in, you considered in the not playoffs, the postseason.
Right. I mean, okay, Ace, let me make it simple.
Yeah.
Before this play-in nonsense, the 9th and the 10th seed, who or say the 9th seed, they might have been close to the 8th seed at the end of the season. It was close. They might even have had a game, the 82nd game of the season, and the winner of that game is going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
You're not going to consider that game a playoff game. But it is a regular season game. I see your point. It's a little different because it's an 83rd and an 84th game. So I guess
it's the semantics of what they're using now. They call it the postseason as opposed to
yes. So it is postseason. It is postseason, but it's definitely not playoffs.
Right.
No. You're a 9th and you're a 10th seed. In my day, you wouldn't even been a consideration.
And it pissed on your jersey.
Yeah, you didn't make it. You're a 9th seed. Nobody remembers. Do you remember who the 9th seed was in 1998?
I don't give a damn who the 9th seed is in 1998.
You might remember the 8th because the Bulls may have played them.
Yeah. But the postseason is what they're building this up as and selling jerseys and hoodies and
charging an extra on the ticket price and the concession.
Yeah, memorabilia because they're leading up that week to this postseason game. Whether you're playing one game or you get to play two games, but in the NBA you're playing one game at home and one game so you can go get your ass kicked on the road. And if you win that game, then you go to the first round.
Well, it depends on what seed you started at. So if you finish with the 7th best record, all you gotta do is win your one game.
Yeah.
8th best record too. You got to win one game. But if you're that 9th and that 10th seed, you got to come in there and matriculate 2 victories.
Yeah, you're still getting your ass kicked against you're going to be 8 versus 1.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
Players are getting hurt in these playing games and tweaking shit.
It's all marketing and crap. So the Bulls are what we thought they were. They didn't make it to the playoffs. They made it to the postseason, and they lost in the second game of the postseason. And hopefully, whoever comes back next year, they can. Well, they're set up to do it again.
Did Levine play?
Levine was been out since whatever month.
That's.
So you're looking at him coming back next year, maybe with the ball kid.
Yeah, maybe they could.
Then DeMar gone.
If they can only stay healthy.
If they can stay healthy. We're working on building up the advocate or whatever health center next door where they can go over there and get rehabilitated and come back and play about 15 games before they get hurt again.
Load manage
and then they're out for the season. So my final words. The Bulls are who we thought they were. The White Sox are going to be the worst team in MLB history, which we thought they would be. The Cubs, good luck to them. And I'm ready for this draft crap to be over. The speculation of the Bears drafting number 1, moving down, draft number 9, moving down. Let's get this crap over with. Pick whoever the hell you're gonna pick, and I'll deal with it from there. I'm already disappointed with QB1 being moved to Pittsburgh, and we'll see what happens in the near future. I still like the Bears. I'm not going to support them financially next year. I have another team to support, which will be articulated to you guys next week. And bear down.
Bear down. I think it'll be appropriate, Ace, to get once they decide what number JF1's going to be playing with. Maybe he'll be JF1 in Pittsburgh.
He's
Get that
JF2 in
Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh.
jersey and show up to tailgates and games with that JF1 jersey on. Whenever I'm at a Bears event, I'll be wearing the JF1 jersey, right? And I'll probably have like a Bears patch, something where you can, hey, he's a Bears fan, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
He's number 2 in Pittsburgh. They already gave him his jersey.
Oh, so he's JF2 now?
Yeah.
Who the hell is number 1?
I don't know. One of those bums.
That's ridiculous.
It's a number that they
retired,
haven't retired, but it's
pending retirement.
It's not pending. It's a misnomer that they won't give anybody else number 1 in Pittsburgh anymore. So he's going to be number 2, and nobody can be number 1 in Pittsburgh.
Who was number 1?
I think it was a kicker or something. But
was it that quarterback who got killed crossing the street? I think that was it. You sure? Remember the quarterback?
Yeah.
State? He wasn't number 1?
No.
Oh, okay. So the White Sox, well, you go ahead and look that up. I'm getting to my final words. White Sox, you guys, my final words, have been shut out 7 times this season. That means they have not scored 1 run. Okay. They're 3-17. They have a 15% winning percentage. They're 11.5 games back and 2-9 at home.
Terrible.
Abysmal.
They won 2 games at home?
Yeah, it's abysmal. On the north side, the Cubbies are 13-8, 62% winning percentage. We're 1 game behind the Brew Crew. 6-4 over the last 10, 7-2 in Wrigleyville. So build up through your system, get a couple free agents here and there. And what I want to say in my final words regarding the Trevor Bauer incident, as it comes to sports. Multiple accusers is usually a red flag. And I would keep to that for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But when there's multiple accusers of someone who's just won the lotto, for instance, that should be a red flag going forward. We're not saying don't investigate. We're just saying that should be a red flag. Mm-hmm. The society has changed. The morals, what people are willing to do, to get ahead, has changed. And there's always been immorality, but there's a greater percentage of people who are just, they don't care who they drag down, to drive a Beamer, a lot of these people would not have been interacting with one another, would not even have access with one another if it wasn't for the internet. So there needs to be a lot more, training with these athletes just to let them know that you are food out here. You are food. You have hundreds of millions of dollars and stuff like that. They tried to tell the late Kobe Bryant that his accuser, when he finally listed her name, you come to find out all types of stuff. And she may or may not have had multiple different men's semen in her that night. Was she a working girl? I don't know. But he was worth hundreds of millions. And Shaq and the other NBA players tried to say, hey, man, just cut him a check. We've been doing it for years. They're going to get rich. You fucked up. She got you. Just cut the check. Whether you're right or wrong or you did it, Kobe chose not to do it. And then later came out and said, well, Shaq's cheating on his wife too. That's how that story broke out. Now, in conclusion, and Jack, who ultimately ended up getting divorced in a very cantankerous divorce. Allegedly. In conclusion, the Trevor Bauer case has taken a dramatic turn as one of the accusers now faces charges for allegedly fabricating her claims against him. The legal battle, which initially centered around sexual assault allegations, has broader implications for how such cases are handled in professional sports. As we navigate the complexities of balancing accusers' rights versus those of the accused, because in America, a staple of this society is that the presumption that you're innocent until proven guilty. As we navigate the complexities of balancing accusers' rights with those of the accused, this situation serves as a thought-provoking example of the challenges faced by athletes, entertainers, rich people, legal systems, and society at large. As we wrap up, we hope this episode has provided you with thought-provoking insights and perspectives. Should you have any questions, comments, feedback, concerns, feel free to drop a comment below. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stop the blicking, stay loyal to the Navy and Orange, bear down, FGB, and do not forget to bring your young mouthpiece.
Right? Yeah, one more spot before we wrap up.
Yeah.
But Gary Anderson is the last Pittsburgh Steeler to wear number 1 in the game, kicker. And the number is believed to be unofficially retired. Anderson, who played for the Steelers from 1982 to 1994, is the team's all-time leading scorer with 1,343 points. Some say Anderson is one of the greatest Steelers of all time. So shout out to Coach and Robbie Gold. If
you're gonna retire the damn number, retire the damn number. If you ain't gonna retire the number, don't retire the damn number. I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. That was always my knock on JF1, man. Him and Russell Wilson. He don't need to be with a Russell Wilson, man. That guy needs to be. He needs to be with a veteran. He needs to be with a guy like Jimbo McMahon.
Somebody,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'll never be a Jimbo McMahon, but he needs somebody to get him up that scale a little bit.
Yeah. Come on,
dude. You take
number. What is your number? They're not going to give you your number over a kicker.
A number that's not retired over a kicker.
Yeah, come on. But
they could do that though. We only gave a 6th-round pick for you. I mean, if you don't like it, you know what I mean.
It might change in the future once
they see him in camp.
Yeah, once he gets the MVP status for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and realize they swindled the Bears out of another damn draft pick. So,
all right, so we got JF2. All right, we got JF2. I gotta rethink my whole way that I communicate JF2.
For sure.
Well, thanks for that research there. I mean,
yeah.
All right, let's get Karen to Q. We gotta get Karen in production.
Shout out to production.
Rethink. That's not what we're looking for. Let's go back here. Playlist.
Thanks for production.
What's this? What is this? Wait a minute. There it is.
There.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976.
Fair use, baby.
Allowance is made for fair use.
You getting this, Jim?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, absolutely.
You getting that, huh?
Fair use.
Yeah. You know, still sharing. I don't have any indication. Oh, okay. All right.
All right, y'all. Baby.
Yeah. All right, so you find yourself, you might be out here on the coast, sliding through LA like, these motherfuckers stupid. You know what I mean? You drive around LA, damn, these motherfuckers are stupid. Vehicle code, people. Vehicle code. There's a vehicle code. Familiarize yourself with it. Don't let your 14-year-old kid get in a car just because you got a Mercedes and drive 120 miles per hour down a 25-mile. You can monitor teen driving. There's all kind of computers and shit. You people are just lazy and stupid and the liability, but whatever.
The Tesla drive itself.
Yeah, they drive itself. You find yourself sliding through Chicago. Might be on the south side, over east. Came out of Kurtz. So like, man, they closed Kurtz down. Yeah, they closed it down. They were selling 3 pieces of chicken and some fries for $1. They were selling what do you call that? England, not pigeons, yeah. They were selling pigeon meat. You know what I mean? And they got exposed. This chicken was coming in from Cuba, you know, and it was yellow when they got in. They were getting it at a discount. And they closed it down. 3 wings, a whole piece of bread, and fries for $1.
And sauce. Everybody for $1.
For $1. Talk about a drug front. Did I? No, you can't talk about stuff like that.
Can't say that.
Talk about washing money. Brilliant, ain't it?
Peach chicken.
Like, we're going to get some foot traffic.
Yeah, all day long. We got people coming out. They coming to get chicken. What are you talking about?
All right, so you find yourself, you sliding through over east. Man, look at the guys with white t-shirts out there.
Mouthpiece Incl.
Better be head on a swivel. Better watch your back. Better check your sex.
Mouthpiece included.
Guard your grill.
Better guard your grill.
Knuckle up.
Mouthpiece included.
And don't forget to.
Don't forget it, baby.
And don't forget to.
Don't forget it, baby.
And don't forget to bring Mouthpiece.
Better guard your grill.
Wait.
Serial killer. No interest.
Wait.
What are you talking about? Serial killers.
Free kills.
Playoffs.
Free kills.
Mouthpiece